Sound like an odd question, but pitches can be different sizes with big consequences. Why is that? And what are the actual rules? Back when association football started, pitches could be up to 100 metres wide and 200 metres long. That's longer than Ellen Road. Not the pitch, the stadium. Anyway, UEFA wanted a standard across Europe for international matches, which became 105 metres long and 68 metres wide. But some clubs had been rebels, not intentionally, but because of the stadiums. Take Highbury, for example. It was 5 metres shorter and a metre narrower, meaning away sides had a challenge to adjust. White Hart Lane was exactly the same. And actually, when Spurs temporarily moved to Wembley, they asked the FA to shorten the pitch. The FA, very offended by the sacrilegious suggestion, said no, which in fairness could have actually benefited Tottenham, because when they moved into their shiny new stadium, the pitch was exactly the same size as Wembley's. Today, Forest Pitch at the City Ground is a big one. It's 2 metres wider than any other pitch in the Premier League. But the smallest of all, Craven Cottage, just 100 metres long and 65 wide. No excuse for not tracking your man. There are a couple of crazy outliers in Europe too. At Napoli's home ground, the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, the pitch is a whopping 110 metres long. At least they don't play on a slope like Newcastle do. There's a 2-metre incline on the pitch at St James's Park. And don't get me started on the old pitch at Yeovil too. It used to be a slant of 2 metres corner to corner and across the halfway line. So UEFA have their standards, so do the FA, but they do give pitches in England some wiggle room. Pitches can be anywhere between 90 and 120 metres long and between 45 and 90 metres wide. I mean, the rules state you can't have a square pitch, but in theory you could have one that's 91 metres long and 90 wide. Imagine rocking up to play a Sunday League game and the pitch is basically a square. So there are rules and regulations on sizes, with a UEFA standard that roughly everyone follows, but as we all know, size doesn't matter, does it?
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive in the USA with me, Andy Goldstein, and of course my wingman, the wonderful Darren Bent, is alongside me. And by jingo, we've got a show for you this afternoon, live from New York. Yes, we're going to be building up to a huge night of Premier League football live across the talkSPORT network. We'll be asking if Thomas Frank could be in real trouble if he loses at Newcastle tonight, and we'll also be discussing whether the league as a whole is getting stronger or weaker. We'll do that all in the company of some wonderful, wonderful guests. Former Premier League captain, our mate Nigel Rio-Coker, he's back alongside us. He was so good and he promised to bring us a present, which he has done. We'll tell you about that in a moment. Legendary goalkeeper Brad Friedel will be here. Plus, we'll be joined by former USA defender Alexi Lalas as well. Don't go anywhere. This is Drive in the USA. We're live from New York. And, of course, we're here for the next 3 hours on talkSPORT. Yes, good afternoon to you all, and good afternoon to my buddy. That's what they say over here, my buddy. It's Darren Bent. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good. You?
I'm good. It's early for us, isn't it? In case people are joining us for the first time, going, oh yeah, you're over in America. We are. It's just gone 11 a.m. And because of jet lag, me and Benty have been up about 9 hours.
Yeah.
It feels
you
like
flagging?
that.
Yeah or not? You're right.
I'm not. Well, for the show, you always sort of go up a level. You're like, right, da-da-da. But then the problem is you go so high for the show, then you come down. It's double whammy at the bottom. But
4 o'clock we got this morning. So I got to at least about 5:15, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I was up at 4. I was up at. We went to bed. We went out for a bit of dinner last night.
Yep.
What did you think of the place? So it was my suggestion. We went to a speakeasy.
Oh, what about you, innit? No, it wasn't your suggestion. It was Max's.
No, it wasn't
no,
Max's.
No, it was his.
Right.
I'm saying it was Max's.
Right, ask Max who got it.
No, I'm not asking him. It's Max's.
Okay, all right, if you're going to be like that. Well, it was awful, Max. Next time, keep it to yourself. No, I went there about 7 years ago, and I suggested to Max that we go, and it was a speakeasy. And so when you walk in, it's like a pawn shop, P-A-W-N, and then there's like all guitars on the wall and all jewellery and all that sort of stuff. And then there's a door at the back, and you open it, and you're literally walking onto like a Hollywood film set, right? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it did shock me, because when I walked in the front, I thought, where are we here?
Because what's Max done to us?
No, yeah, but I knew Max. Great recommendation.
Yeah.
Because there's a shopping restaurant in London, right?
Yeah.
And the front of it is a. Well, I don't know if I can say actually, but it's a lovely Mexican restaurant.
Well, you could just say it.
It's a.
Oh, like
I can't really spell it. You know what I mean?
The type of place where O'Hara and Cundy want to do an OB from.
Right.
Okay,
and then again, you walk down the stairs and it opens up into a beautiful restaurant. And
how did you find that place?
Someone recommended it to me.
Okay, yeah.
And but no, that restaurant we went to yesterday, I mean, is incredible because you're right. You're literally in a pawn shop, P-A-W-N. And all this antique stuff, and then all of a sudden the door opened and it's like a grand entrance. I thought it was, and the food was, it's sensational.
And Brad Friedel came with us as well, so he's on today's show. So he came out. He upset me.
Yep.
I won't say what he said, but wait till he's on set.
Yeah.
You must stick around for the Brad Friedel chat because he was horrible to me.
He wasn't horrible. He was just being honest.
He's talking absolute garbage, the fella.
But the whole evening was lovely.
It was nice, and of course paid for by football, so that was quite nice.
I know, yes.
I don't know if you saw, but when the maitre d' came over and said what sort of wine do you want, I thought I'll order this, and I
know you did.
I'd Liam next to me. I just went, what's the most expensive one? And he turned the page and went to the net. I went, we'll have that one.
Honestly, no shame, you have you? No shame.
Keep the bottles coming. I said, keep them over.
No shame.
If only that was the case.
Lychee martini, lovely ad.
Yeah, that was your drink last night. Where'd that come from?
I've had it before. I just quite really enjoyed it.
Ex-footballers don't usually drink that.
No, but I saw it. It looks refreshing. That I'd had one before.
Yeah.
I thought I need another one of those.
Were you flagging last night?
Not at all.
That's good.
Felt great.
Okay. And then we got up this morning. We did like a 35-40 minute walk to the Rockefeller Centre,
which was nice. I had a nice omelette, which was not very nice.
That was Benty said, "What'd you put in the omelette?" And she went, "Well, you just put egg in it." And then we was like, what else? Just egg. Yeah, and it was just egg.
I couldn't get any ham, no peppers or nothing.
It was just egg.
Yeah, plain omelette. So we had that, had a coffee, and then obviously torrential rain.
Yeah, we got wet, went to Grand Central, did a little cross with Talkspoon Jacobs.
Yeah. Oh, I know you did.
I did.
We nearly got thrown out.
Stuff wasn't working, and then we got thrown out.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're laughing. It was your fault. and then we're here for another big show with some great guests.
I just want to thank Max again for that recommendation last night. Max, you went above and beyond.
See, that's where you and I differ.
Right.
I want to thank Liam for paying. Right. More importantly, let's get on with today's show, shall we? And we're going to start by looking ahead to a big game tonight at St James's Park between Newcastle and Spurs. It's a game you can hear live and exclusive on talkSPORT. Now, Thomas Frank, of course, is under huge pressure with his Spurs side, winning only once in the last 7 games in all competitions, whilst Newcastle, they go into the game off the back of consecutive league wins. Ahead of the game, the Spurs gaffer, Thomas Frank, he spoke about the tough moment his side find themselves in.
Played away to Arsenal. That was a bad performance. Away to Paris, that was a good performance. We lost both. And then we play a freak game against Fulham where we were down 2-0 after 6 minutes. So, but especially in the PSG and especially in the Fulham, there was some good performances. And it's all about keep going back to that, keep going back to what we can affect, the processes, how we train, the principles, and then keep the energy with the players, or for the players, and then go again.
3 big games, of course, in the Premier League tonight. That Newcastle Spurs one kicks off at 3:15 p.m. Is that what I've done there? 3:15 p.m.
Yeah.
Stateside. 8:15, of course, live and exclusive on talkSPORT. Should we be this early on in the season? I know we've played, a quarter of the games, but should we be this early on in the season and questioning whether Thomas Frank is the right man for it? I mean, we talk so often about you've got to give the manager time,
it feels a bit ridiculous. And obviously people saying he's under pressure, but the Spurs in this fixture have been atrocious recently. I think they've won once in their last 7. They've lost 4 on the bounce to Newcastle.
Wow. So what, anywhere or just at St James's?
Anywhere.
Okay.
4 on the bounce they've lost. The last time they won was December 2023 when they won 4-1. But since then, the 2 before that, they lost. So as I said there, they've won once in their last 7 games. Right, lost 4 consecutively. So to say that, Thomas Frank, if he doesn't get a result tonight, he's under serious pressure. Well, they've not done well in this fixture. And also, as you said there, they've only just appointed him. Like, you can't tell me straight away that he's not the right man for the job. And how are you supposed to build anything?
He's tinkering a lot. I read an article this morning.
He's trying to find the right system.
No, I know, but that's what I was going to ask you. Should you not should you not go into? Isn't that what pre-season's for? To find out if you're going to play 4 at the back or 3 at the back.
Yeah, but I think you've just got to be flexible. Like, all the best managers of the world have got plan A, plan B, plan C. Like, if plan A doesn't work, and we killed Ange for it because he's one way and one way only.
Yeah.
You're killing Ruben Amorim because it's one way only. I've seen Thomas Frank at least try to change 1 or 2 bits and bobs. And the fact that people are questioning him. I think Spurs fans are still with him to a point, but the fact that he made those comments, I think all of a sudden now some of them are like, no, that's it, you've gone too far now. So maybe his shelf life is a bit shorter than it would be, but I still think it's too early. And I go back to the Arsenal scenario when Arteta got the job. For the first couple of years, it was hard. I know we won the FA Cup pretty much early on, so that gave him a bit of time. But the 2 8th place finishes were hard. But then you look at Arsenal now. And I know they've not
won anything,
won anything, but they're looking at
I know, I'm only playing, of course.
Fantastic position.
Yeah, they look the best team in the Premier League, right? Yeah.
You have to give a manager time to build.
Let me ask you about. We talked about this, I think, yesterday. Tottenham's home record is absolutely appalling.
Atrocious.
I think the only team worse than them is Wolves, and then it's Spurs. If you're in that Spurs team and you know you've got an awful home record, when you get a fixture like this away from home, is there a part of you that's like, thank the Lord for that, and we're not playing at home?
Potentially, but when you're going to St James's Park, it's a little bit like, oh, here we go. Do you know what I mean?
And a night kick-off.
Exactly, so it's not like you're going...
Oh, sorry, a day kick-off.
Yeah.
You're over here in the States, but a night kick-off.
Yeah, it's not like you're going somewhere which is like a lesser fixture. Newcastle at home can be incredibly strong. It's hostile, as you said there. So going into this fixture, you're like, oh my goodness, we can't get a break anywhere. But you're gonna have to go there and try. I know they're going to try and win, but these are the times where you go up there, get a result, put in a good performance. All of a sudden, your season can change like that because people looking at this fixture would go, they ain't got a chance against Newcastle. At Newcastle, no way. So I think you've just got to go there, try and get a result. I think Spurs can get a result, but Newcastle in their previous result looked really, really good. So it should make for a fascinating game.
These sides currently 12th and 13th in the Premier League, but both, of course, have Champions League football. Does that show, do you think, the quality of the Premier League at the moment, the fact that they're scrambling for their lives in the Premier League, but they've been good enough the season before? So, well, Spurs via, of course, the Europa League.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying?
It's a tough one with the Spurs scenario. It's tough because you're right; they've earned their right to be in the Champions League, but their league form last season was absolutely appalling. Like, there's no team in the Champions League should be in the Champions League if you finish 17th in your domestic league. That just shouldn't happen.
Yeah, you're right.
Right, that can't happen.
If you're the worst side to stay up,
how are you in the Champions? The best club competition on the planet.
Yeah, you are right. That's a very
where
good
I
point.
think the Europa need to look at that and go, there needs to be some kind of stipulation.
Well, yeah, but only because I think you need to be able to qualify for Champions League via the Europa League. Otherwise, before we had that sort of that exit door into that competition.
Yeah.
The Europa League was frowned upon, right?
Yeah, but no, I think you can have that. But I think also as well, I think you've got to be able to finish in a certain position. So if you win the Europa League, fair play, and finish in the top,
oh really?
8 potentially, then 17th Champions League.
No, I agree with you.
Do you know what I mean? That come on.
I know, but the Europa League wasn't really taken seriously until they gave the...
Well, that's something they need to look at. But listen, fair play, Spurs won it. They're in the Champions League. And for Newcastle as well, they did it the way that you should do it, which is in the league format. So I do think this season, though, that maybe, depending on how they go in the Champions League, their league form, because of the size of the squads, may suffer a little bit this year.
Yeah, just quickly, pressure on everyone, including, of course, Tottenham's goalkeeper after what happened last time out. Will that be in the back of his mind when he goes to this game?
I think in that position, like me being a striker, if your own fans boo you and then you get another chance and you score, it's not forgotten about, but do you know what I mean?
It goes.
Every single time a goalkeeper makes a mistake, 99% of the time, he concedes a goal. So I do feel for him.
It's a very good point.
You know,
a striker can score a goal and it's all forgotten about.
Yeah, and get away with it. But goalkeeper...
he needs to save a penalty, right, basically.
Basically, or the first time a cross comes in. Like, if you're Newcastle, I'm saying, listen, the first corner, free kick, put it right on top of him. Or if it goes back to his feet, go and press him. Like, try and make him make a mistake. So I feel for Vicario, but he's got to step up now. Yeah. He's got to put a performance
How do you see that game going?
I think Newcastle win that.
Do you, convincingly?
I think it'll be a tight game for a while, but then I expect Newcastle to pull away.
Yeah. Okay. That game, of course, live and exclusive on talkSPORT, kicks off at 8:15. 2 other games, Bournemouth against Everton, Fulham against Man City. After a busy night of football, the boys, of course, on the sports bar will be taking your calls from 10. Right, we've only just got going. We've got some big-name guests joining us on today's set here live from across the pond because our show, Drive Time, is coming all the way from America. It was yesterday, it's today, and for the next 3 days as well. Building up, of course, to Thursday and Friday's show from Washington because the draw for the World Cup is live on talkSPORT from Washington, and we take over after that. So a big and busy week of football coming your way live across the talkSPORT network. More from me and Benty and our wonderful guests right after this.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football. Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
I don't know why we're playing this. You listen to Drive Live from New York. Yeah, that's where we are. On talkSPORT, it's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, and Just Eat. Right now, there are millions of prizes to be won when you order on the app and play Winter Winners. 18+ terms apply. We are bringing you a week of shows from the US of A ahead of the World Cup draw in Washington on Friday. Of course, that'll be live on talkSPORT. Still to come, we'll be joined by former Premier League goalkeeper, the wonderful Brad Friedel, our mate. We'll continue our debate from last night. So I won't spoil it, but let's just say it got very heated. Just quickly, James Trafford is reportedly looking for a move away from City in January, despite only signing for the club in the summer if he wants to play or
He
go
wants
to
to go to the World Cup, he's going to have to.
Yeah. Alexander Usyk has named Deontay Wilder as his preferred next opponent. Yeah, I bet he has. Right, now, listen, throughout the week, we're going to be joined by some wonderful guests, and we can welcome one of those to the show right now. Ben is very, very excited. Former Super Bowl champion and digital host for the New York Post, Brandon London, joins us in the studio. Brandon, good to see you. How are you, sir?
What's going on, man? You can tell you've been in New York for a long time because he was like, live from New York. I'm like, all right, let's get this guy Yankees fitted in some Timbs.
Do you know what? My accent,
you're a New Yorker.
My American accent, when I put it on, it fools a lot of people over here.
Oh, really?
It's appalling.
If you close your eyes now and I talk to you, hey, man, how's it going, Brandon? Nice to see you,
You
buddy.
sound like you're from Utah
See?
or like Western
There you go.
Arizona.
But American.
Yeah,
That's my
very,
point.
very much American.
I fool
yeah.
a lot of people.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you guys for having me, man.
We've got
love
lots-
what you guys do.
We've got lots to talk to you about, but
Okay.
first, right, Brent is obviously very excited because he's sitting next to someone that's actually won the Super Bowl, right? And I explained to you in the break, the NFL, for me,
Okay.
I don't really know too much about it or anything, but he absolutely loves it. So for him,
Okay.
it feels like a competition winner this afternoon.
But first, before I get to you, don't worry. A lot of NFL fans, a lot of people don't know anything about the NFL, but they think that they can comment on it all the time. So you're right at home, man. Just say whatever you want.
Well,
Make sure it gets retweeted.
I
You
do
know,
have
you're
questions
good.
for
Yep,
you
yep.
about the Super. So when you win the Super Bowl,
Yep.
you get given a ring.
Yep.
Okay. Are they all the same size, or do they take your ring finger measurement beforehand so it fits?
We got measured. So if ours was from Tiffany back in 2007. So you got measured. We got the box, all that. I don't wear it to work. Especially not walking through the streets of New York. That comes out on like special occasions.
Does it? You wear it? Like if you had a wedding.
Huh?
Would you wear it to your
At a
friend's
wedding?
Yeah.
No, not at a wedding. To the Super Bowl, like to the events and all that sort of thing. Or, I'm newly single again, may wear it to the bar, just put it up there.
Wow.
Nah, I'm just joking.
I was going to say, can we borrow it? Have you ever lent it to a friend of yours?
What's that?
Have you ever lent it to a friend?
No, not lent it, but I've lost it, and back in I think it was like 2010, I had my car broken into, and I had it in like a special place. But that's back when we had the GPSs that you mounted on your dashboard. They stole the GPS and they stole some other stuff, but they didn't steal the Super Bowl ring.
Wow.
So yeah,
I have more questions for you. I've written them down because I'm always curious to find out about sports I don't know. So when you win it, right? Are you allowed to keep your outfit, your jersey, and also, if so, do you ever swap that with your opponent? Because we do that a lot in soccer.
Well, yeah, I definitely have my jersey, and no one wanted to swap with me, so I got to keep mine. But yeah, you keep those things, man. I got on the bus the next morning because I was late because I partied all night, and I got back to the hotel and on the team bus right when it was pulling off. Man, I had bags on bags on bags of just merchandise, just stuff that I'm saying it here, maybe like plaques or one of those guys left in their locker after the game, and I'm like, this is going to be worth something about 50 years down the road here. This is my 401k plan right here to resell that or whatever. But yeah, I had bags of stuff, man, when of memorabilia and all. So I can't wait to bring that out of storage one day.
You know when you walk around New York and you've got the ring on?
Yeah.
I don't think he does walk around.
No. When you first win it and then you get the ring. Because when I spent a bit of time in Los Angeles and there was a couple NBA championship rings.
Yep.
Whenever he walked, I can't even remember his name, but whenever he walked around Los Angeles and he went to certain restaurants, they'd look at his hand and go, "What ring's that?" And they'd say to him, he'd say, "Oh, we won the championship, beating the Celtics." They'd go, "Just come straight in."
Yep.
Did you get a lot of that when you came back to New York?
Man, we got the key to the city. Whoopi Goldberg gave us the key to the city. So
what does that mean? That
you
you can bring your sheep into the city without anyone moaning?
Because sheep into the city.
Yeah, so
that didn't sound American at all.
No,
like
so in England,
you were two for two. Now you're 2 for 3.
In England, if you get the key to London, you can legally take sheep across a bridge from one side of the river to the other without getting in trouble. I'm not winding you up, by the way. I don't even know if Bentley knows this, but
I didn't know that.
People
learn
don't.
something new every day.
Yeah, people don't, but that's what it means. That's one of the benefits of having the key to London.
Well, shoot, let's call the mayor. See, matter of fact, let's do it. Let's see if this works. If the Giants could, put together a playoff or Super Bowl run, they win the Super Bowl one time. We're gonna see if we can get some sheep from Jersey and come on in. But you're coming with us.
Okay.
You got to lead it. You're out in the front.
Joe, I would say though,
lead from the front.
You haven't got to worry about that for a little while though. Another one. It's fine.
Dang, bro.
That's not very nice.
Same division. Eagle fan.
Is he rocking the green and stuff?
He had the hat yesterday.
Where's the hat?
Do you know what? I left it in the hotel room.
Exactly.
Just showing respect to Brandon.
Just left it in the toilet.
Do you want me to burn it for you?
Do that,
I can
please.
do that. Okay.
But I mean, you guys were in the bathroom. We're out of toilet paper, so we can use that. I don't know. It's cushy.
It feels like you've known him all your life. Very bizarre. My last question for you, and then we'll move on to the World Cup. When you win it, do you get a win bonus?
Yeah. So since I was on the practice squad, so I wasn't on the official roster. I believe they got like a check of like 45, 50 something grand. The loser, the Patriots, got around like something 20 something grand for that. The players put together a pot and put everyone threw some money in, and then they gave me. So I got a nice little check from that as well. Like Plus, I sold my Super Bowl ticket, so I walked up out of there with like 40.
What do you mean you sold your ticket?
I sold my tickets. I didn't need them. My parents weren't coming to the game. So, yeah, man, like Pepsi, just agencies, they'll buy it. Like companies, I won't necessarily say Pepsi, but companies will buy it from you because they want to entertain clients.
Oh, but in England, you get in trouble for that.
Oh, all right.
No, it's fine. You haven't broken any laws.
Here you might get in trouble for bringing sheep into the city. So,
let's find out.
Hey,
what are you doing tomorrow?
Well, let's do it.
Let's get a bridge. Let's bring some sheep. Where does the Super Bowl rank in your eyes in terms of the biggest sporting event in the world?
In the world, I will go 3. Obviously, there's World Cup. That's watched 16 times more than the Super Bowl. I'll go Champions League final because I've been in Paris. I've been in Netherlands for some Champions Leagues. Not for the actual game, but just watch parties. And it's massive. Like that vibe, I'm all about that. And then they go Super Bowl because I feel like right now the football, our American football, is still inferior to football the global game, but it's growing internationally. Maybe one day it'll be able to compare, but right now the World Cup, man, I feel as though it brings us all together, and I cannot wait until 2026. It is the World Cup here. I'm bringing the ring out.
See that? Yeah, see that.
The ring out.
I was going to ask you must be, because you're a big, obviously, football fan, soccer fan. You must be excited about it being in America.
Yeah, I remember back in 1994, man. I was a young kid. My dad's an American football coach, so soccer to me was not an option growing up because it would be played during the fall, during football season. But I had some friends, and we would look at them like, "Oh, you're soft. You play soccer." You know, that was the mindset back in the day. Fast forward, I got a 2.5-year-old. Man, we're working footy drills almost every day, man. I don't want him to play American football unless that's what he wants to do. But being connected over in Germany, you know, for the Giants, I'm gonna get him into some of those Bundesliga academies, whether it's Eintracht Frankfurt or maybe even HC or Hertha or HC Berlin. I'm gonna get him in one of those soccer or youth academies at a young age. And if he doesn't, I guess, make it over there, I don't end up living over there full time, then you could come back and dominate American, you know, soccer. So it's growing. It's growing on a lot of us over here because of the fandom aspect of it, the atmosphere. We absolutely love it.
You're a Chelsea fan, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, we've got you for at least another 15 minutes. Oh, we haven't. Are we going to let him go now?
You let me go now?
Even get
You're going to make me go back to work? Damn.
So I thought we had you for a bit longer. Have we got someone booked in next?
Are they cooler than me? Are they cooler?
No one's cooler than you.
Let's go.
A quick word. We'll go over from it. I'll get in trouble. You're a Chelsea fan. Why is that?
I went to the University of Massachusetts. We had, I guess you call them foreign exchange students.
Yeah, of course,
they were from London. They came over. We'd play FIFA, and they would always be whooping my ass with Drogba.
I knew to say Drogba.
Drogba's on the pitch. And then in 2007, when the Giants, we played in that international series game, the first one at Wembley, I'm walking around. I'm like, where are all the Eli Manning posters? And all you saw was Wayne Rooney. You saw Drogba. And then we went to Cobham, and we met Frank Lampard, Ashley Cole, and those guys. I believe Peter Cech. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get into the fandom, the soccer fandom. Chelsea's going to be my team. I was their international fan ambassador here in America. I've traveled with the team. I've done a lot of cool stuff with them. I love that club.
I've just been told we can have you for another 15 minutes. How about that? So you don't have to go and work.
Let's do it.
I mean, this isn't working.
Make sure you tell my boss, too, so I don't get in trouble.
I know you're getting a show fee for this. We'll double the $2.
How about that?
All right,
£2 or €2?
Right, we've got about 4 minutes to find some sheep. Also, still to come, we're going to be joined by a former Premier League midfielder, our mate Nigel Coker's back, and legendary goalkeeper Brad Friedel will be on our show as well. But first, it's time for No Googling Part 1. We get them at 5:30 and 6:30. We want to know who are the only two Americans to score a hat-trick in the Premier League.
I mean, that is so easy. Come on. I know one of them, definitely.
Yeah, okay. I think you got both of them. The answer to that and more from Brandon London and a whole host of guests coming up live on Drive on talkSPORT stateside right after this.
major report into the Hillsborough disaster has found 12 police officers would have faced gross misconduct proceedings. The Independent Office for Police Conduct says the proceedings would have been over fundamental failures on the day and concerted efforts to blame fans in the aftermath. But despite this, no officers will face disciplinary proceedings because they had retired by the time investigations had began. Sue Roberts, whose brother Graham was killed at Hillsborough, says this has been a long time coming.
We were treated so appallingly, and so many family members, my dad and mum, died prematurely. They were tormented by the way that they were treated. We knew that there was a big cover-up going on, but there didn't seem to be anything that we could do about it.
Elsewhere, cricket has lost a legend. Those the words of double Ashes winner Steve Harmison after the passing of former England and Hampshire batsman Robin Smith.
He was an amazing player. I think anybody aged between sort of mid-40s to sort of mid-50s will recognise an absolute legend has lost. Has gone from the game.
On the Ashes, Will Jacks has been called up to the team for the second test. He's come in place of Mark Wood. And Phil Foden will play a major role if City are to reel in Arsenal and win another title. That's according to club legend Paul Dickov.
For years we'd Kevin De Bruyne when Man City were struggling at times to pull something out of the bag. Mo Salah's done it for Liverpool for years now. And having that little bit of gold dust and Phil Foden did get them over the line.
City are away at Fulham this evening, live on talkSPORT 2. Remember, all 10 midweek games in the Premier League are live across the talkSPORT network and app.
Yeah, welcome out to Drive in the USA. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent alongside. We've managed to, kidnap Brandon London. We've got him for another 15 minutes. We'll say hello to him in just a sec. And we've been joined again by Managerial. He was so good yesterday. And, of course, more importantly, he forgot our cigars, so we invited him back. So we'll say hello to him in just a sec. But first, the answer to the first no Googling. The question was, who are the only two Americans to score a hat-trick in the Premier League? Benty?
Dempsey, I know's one.
Yes.
And then Christian Pulisic. And that wasn't even mine, that was Brandon's shout.
Well done.
Chelsea!
Right, take his mic off. You can go now. Still to come, we're going to be joined alongside former Premier League and USA goalkeeper Brad Friedel. But now, he was so great yesterday, I've just mentioned that Nigel is back with us. Nigel, good to see you.
Thank you for having me again. When we're young, we're told consistency is what you need, innit, when you play football. Consistency is the key. So I guess I was consistent last night, right?
I like that.
So that's not always the case, because he comes back every day.
Yeah, consistent.
Consistent performer. There you go.
There you go.
Of course, yeah.
And I actually have something for you guys, actually, from my friends at El Septimo Cigars.
Oh my goodness.
I said to you, I told you.
This is one of my... There you go, you grab
Who's
it.
that for?
That's for you.
Oh, the big ones.
El Septimo Cigars. Don't open the box, just show the box, but that is... gift for you from my friends at El Septimo. That is one of my favourite cigars.
Firstly, that's incredibly kind. Let me just say, because there will be children listening, smoking is very bad for you children, and don't do it. Don't take up smoking. It's bad for you.
Do you know what I say to my kids?
I'm very excited about these.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Okay,
there you
go.
go.
Good advice. But that's extremely kind.
I told you he was a nice guy.
That's extremely kind. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
They'll be up on eBay in about 10 minutes. They won't. That's really kind. Can I get them back into the country?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'll put them in.
It's your own
I'll put them in your luggage.
No,
just in case.
You know when we go through and they go, anything to the cloud, and I go, him.
No. I'll put them in your luggage. Pointless both of us getting nicked.
Yeah, so you.
Okay, fine. Right, listen, we've got... That's really, really kind of you. Thank you so much. We've got something for you, actually. Do you like water? Bottled water?
Yeah.
Okay, as much as you want. Right, we've got 3 games tonight. We're going to get your views on all of them. Let me just go through them. Fulham against Man City is live on talkSPORT 2 exclusively. Bournemouth against Everton is live on the talkSPORT app exclusively, and we alluded to this one at the top of the show. Newcastle against Spurs. That one kicks off at 8:15. That's live and exclusive on talkSPORT. Let's start with Man City's game away to Fulham. Have you seen enough? I'll start with you, Nigel. Have you seen enough from this City side that gives you a bit of maybe belief that they can really sustain a push for the Premier League title?
I don't think I've seen enough, no. I think it's going to be continuously like this, where they'll be hard fought, hard pushed, and they'll drop some points along the way. Everything still, for me, when I look at Manchester City, doesn't still feel like it's completely right. I still see vulnerabilities defensively in the goals that they concede and the kind of goals that they concede. I don't think that they're one of the strongest sides defensively. I think midfield at times they can leave themselves very wide open, susceptible to a counter-attack, and a lot of teams have kind of caught onto that and exposed them. So I think they will get results, but I still see some bumps in the road when it gets to the later part of the season. And Fulham today is not going to be an easy game for them as well, especially they're a team that's not been great, but then now they're starting to find themselves and find their form, and they've got some real good players who can cause problems as well. And I really like Josh King, the young lad that they've got there. He's a phenomenal talent.
Brandon, how much of a miss has Rodri been to Man City? Because when he's playing, obviously he's one of the best players on the planet. You don't win a Ballon d'Or unless you are, but he's not been as ever present as he has been in previous Man City sides. They've really missed him, right?
Yeah, and you wonder, like, you look at his greatness and how this team just drops off that much. You see it in American football, how when your greatest player is not available to you, you see a massive drop-off, not only in scheme, but just overall production, and that's what you're seeing right now. And it's funny because here in America, when we talk Premier League, you never hear people saying, like, oh, Man City's not going to win the Premier League. It's almost like there's three things that have been guaranteed: death, taxes, and Man City kind of being at the top of the Premier League. So, I mean, it's as a Chelsea fan, it's great to watch. I wish we could make that push, that final push. But right now, Man City kind of being wounded right now. It's the entire league is open.
Yeah. Nigel, when you look at the Man City side, if they want goals, if they get goals, it's usually going to come from Haaland. But of course, we saw a brace from Phil Foden recently. I'm a huge fan of his, by the way. Do you think he'll be going to the World Cup with England? And if the answer is yes, do you think he starts in that English side?
I think more than likely he will go because he is a special talent. But will he start? I don't think so. No, but I think he definitely will go. He's still got to earn that starting place. I mean, when I look, we talked about it yesterday a bit. When you look at Thomas Tuchel and the manager that he is, I think he's already made it clear the type of manager he is and what his team will be. We've seen it a lot. The worry for Man City is quite good that you brought that up. I feel for me there has become an over-reliance on Erling Haaland now. And when he's not scoring, yes, Phil Foden's picked it up a bit, but you've got to look at Shirky, Malmouche, and some of these other players now need to start chipping in because it is becoming very evident that if it's not Haaland scoring the goals, that these other players are not chipping in. And when you look at sides that have won the Premier League and gone on to do stuff, the goals are shared. And then when you look at what Man City are competing against, you talk about Arsenal right now, the goals are shared from set pieces from defenders. You've got strikers scoring, you've got Saka scoring, you've got Trossard, Odegaard, like everyone's scoring, Rice, everyone's sharing the goals. And that's a great thing. You know what it's like, Benny, when you've been in those teams that it's not just a burden on Benty being a striker, the sole goal scorer, but when midfielders are chipping in and stuff, it adds a lot of confidence in the team. I guess from an NFL perspective, it's like Haaland's being a quarterback, but how good's your quarterback if he doesn't have good receivers or running backs to help the team to be successful?
It's we say in football, you're one of 11. Like you got that one job to do, but you have to do that job very well. And I'm glad you brought that up because I mean, like when you're having an off day, what defines you as a good or great team is other guys can pick up the slack. You see the Philadelphia Eagles. It's a stacked squad on offense, but when Jalen hurt or is struggling, or from a tactical standpoint where the offensive coordinator is not living up to Kellen Moore when he was there, everybody struggles. So it's about being put in the right position. Like football's a game of chess. It's about being put in the right position. But now that bishop and that bishop can beat that rook now because now I got to go up and catch the pass
and
or whatever.
And then Saquon Barkley just picks the ball and just runs past everyone.
I'll be honest, I have no idea what you've just said for the last 5 minutes.
Do you know what, Nige? Let me ask you then, because do you think it's good then? Because Haaland, of course, we know how good he is, 14 league goals this season. Man City's next top goal scorer is 3. Which is Phil Foden. But they're still only 5 points off of Arsenal at the top of the table. Would you use that as a positive then, to think that even though there is that over-reliance on Haaland, they are still within striking distance? And if Arsenal drop points, Man City are there to go.
I mean, for us, it's a different job. We're here to give our opinion and a reason behind our opinion. So we can be extra critical because we're outside looking in. But if you're Pep right now, you can use that as a lot of great motivation for your players. You get rid of the outside noise and say, we still haven't hit our best form yet. Now imagine what we can do if we hit our best form. And you use how close the point gap is. And yes, you know, Haaland's obviously doing his job, but you've got to motivate the other players now to say, listen, you guys have to step up. You need to take the pressure off Haaland. We need to get goals. This is what I want from you guys. So in a way, if it's just controlling the dressing room, we talk about communication. The best managers know how to communicate and how to use messaging in the right moments, in the right times. So Pep could use this with the outside noise of what we say, forget what we say, but motivate his players to say, we're still not at our best, but look where we are right now, and we're still in this.
Let me ask, because I want to get your view on the other games as well. Man City away to Fulham. It's live on talkSPORT 2 tonight. Nigel, how do you see it going? What will the score be?
It's a difficult one. I don't know. I just think Fulham are just on the up now for some reason. I could see another upset tonight. I could see Fulham
Brandon, how do you see it
somehow.
Can I ask a quick question? Because we're talking about Pep and we're talking about Man City that's been dominant. When does the motivation turn into panic? Because in the NFL, if you know you have the players, you have the X's and O's, but you're still struggling, after the trade deadline, when you can't make any more moves, you are what you are. So in the Premier League, when does that motivation and that potential turn into, uh-oh, we're in trouble?
I don't think it's going to be an uh-oh, we're in trouble moment for Man City when you look at what Pep has achieved with them already. We already know it's a rebuild. They look half decent. The problem and the worry now is the messaging becoming stale. We've been in dressing rooms, you've heard managers use different ways to motivate players. Sometimes that motivation becomes white noise. Like in my younger days, I remember when some managers use reverse psychology. Worked on me in the first time, second time it became boring. So you have to find other ways to, like, reverse psychology is not going to work well with me. So I think sometimes when you look at the modern day manager now, and we know players who've played under Pep, they've said how intense he is. Very similar to Conte at Napoli, very intense managers. To have that energy and enthusiasm every single day, every single week to motivate players, there's a moment where we've got to say to the manager now that, like, maybe you need time apart. There's a reason why Jurgen Klopp left Liverpool, because he knows himself it's so hard and draining to motivate players every single day, that high energy, that non-stop. So I think for me with Pep, maybe this season he sees it out and then he has to decide personally for himself, maybe it's time he steps away. But that's a decision that he has to make for himself. But I think it's hard to motivate players every single day like that.
You're going to stay with us, Nige? Brandon, we're
if I'm
now...
allowed to.
Of course you... Well, listen, you brought cigars, you can stay for the rest of the show if you want. We're going to sadly say goodbye to you, but what a pleasure and an honour. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you guys for having me.
You have a Goldstein guarantee. The next time you're in London, let us know. Give us about a week's notice, and we'll find some sheep.
All right, let's do it.
All right, and if people have just tuned in, I'm not going to explain that joke.
Inside joke between us.
Exactly.
Appreciate you, fellas.
What a pleasure. Thank you so much. More from Nigel and a whole gaggle of guests coming your way live on Drive stateside right after this on talkSPORT.
and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football. Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Welcome back to Drive in the USA on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, Nigel Rio Coca is here, and our friends at Just Eat. There are millions of prizes to be won when you place an order on the app and play Winter Winners. 18 plus terms apply. We are bringing you a week of shows from the US of A ahead of the World Cup draw. It's in Washington. It's live on talkSPORT on Friday. And still to come on our show, we'll be discussing whether the Premier League is getting stronger or weaker. Before any of that, though, it's time now for this.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on.
T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Yes, time now for today's Bet Builder with our friends at Paddy Power. Let's welcome to the show Fern Buckley, because we're looking forward to tonight in the Premier League as Bournemouth play Everton at the Vitality Stadium. There is a bit of a delay on the line, so let's say hello, Fern. How are you? Tell us how the Bet Builder works and the charity that may benefit as well, please.
Hello, my lovelies. Yes, all good. Thank you very much. Now, we've all made some picks, added them together to get some overall value. Paddy Power have put a £10 bet down, trusting us, as they always do. If we get it right, all the winnings go to the Attitude Foundation, who do great work with the LGBT community.
Right, OK, so 5-leg Bet Builder. These are our picks. I'll mention mine and Benty's first so we can get them through. I've gone for both teams to get a touchdown. Oh, no, sorry. I've been over here way too long. To score. Benty's pick is Semenyo to score as well. And the producer Joe, Dewsbury Hall, to commit one or more fouls.
Yeah, well, starting off with both teams to score then, it's a bet that's come in 6 of Bournemouth's last 8 matches. And although, I hate to mention it, they have conceded 12 goals since the start of November, the most of any Premier League team. So for both teams to score, that's on Paddy Power 8-11. Semenyo to score any time. He's having another cracking season, although he didn't get on the score sheet against Sunderland, but he scored 6 goals, provided 3 assists in the Premier League this term. For him to score any time is in at 11-5. He's a super sub as well. And then for Dewsbury Hall to make a foul, it's not uncommon for him. He averages almost 1.5 committed per 90 minutes, having received 15 fouls this season, 5 yellow cards as well. He's another super sub. So for him to commit 1 or more fouls is in at 1-4.
Right, 3 down, 2 to go. You've gone for Bournemouth to win, no surprise there. And the last section, oh no, that's the people. Sorry, the people have gone for Bournemouth, and then yours is over 2.5 goals.
I mean, I was very close to picking that myself, but I had to rely on the people. 20,000 people have this in their bet builder for Bournemouth to win, so I'm loving the people. Yeah, their form has dipped recently, but tonight they could be back into winning ways, and especially they're unbeaten at home at the Vitality Stadium this season so far. So Cherry's victories at 23-20, and I've gone with over 2.5 goals. 7 of Bournemouth's last 8 games have featured at least 4 goals. In fact, their 13 matches so far this season have contained 44 goals, the highest number in the Premier League. So add that with your bet of both teams scoring. Over 2.5 goals is in at 10-11.
OK, before I let you go, can you just confirm the Bet Builder insurance, the odds and the value of the charity bet one more time, please?
Yeah, all comes in at just over 7.5-1. So from a £10 bet, there's a potential return of £86 tonight. And if we get it right, all that money goes to the Attitude Foundation, who do great work with the LGBT community.
You've been great as always. Apologies for the delay. We'll have more time on next week's show. Thanks for coming on. We'll speak to you in a bit.
See you later.
Yeah, Paddy Power's bet winner for today. Minimum odds 1 to 5 per leg. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on.
T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Right, no delay now. Happy days. As I mentioned earlier, we're delighted to be joined in the studio today and yesterday, actually, by a former Premier League midfielder, Nigel Reo-Coker. So we thought it was only right that we would find out a bit more about you, if that's all right. So we're going to throw 5 of your former teammates and managers at you, and we just want to know a bit more about them, what they would like to play with, if there's any stories you want to tell us about. Is that okay?
Ooh. That's fine.
Okay.
Remember, this is America, right? So I could plead the fifth.
Okay, you could do that. I mean, it would make awful radio, right?
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Very true.
Let's start with the player that you played most games throughout your career with, Marlon Harewood. I know Marlon is an avid fan of talkSPORT, so there's every chance he's listening to this.
Probably is, yeah. What a character Marlon is. Just a great guy, really and truly. Good teammate, passionate. We've had plenty of disagreements and little mini fights in training, but definitely wants to win. Loves the game of football, and just one of those guys you definitely want in your team. One of those guys in your team knows how to kind of play his role, can create an unbelievable moment for himself as well. In the generation that kind of we came through, slightly a little bit older than us, but all round can't really say a bad word about him.
Good trainer?
Good trainer, yep, good trainer. And he's also very aware. Like at times if there's teammates that's down or something like that, he will go and put his hand around them and everything like that. Knows when to get aggressive, takes messaging on well, and just very good around the place.
Yeah, do you know what? He had a really good... I remember when West Ham first got promoted, he had a really good first season, didn't he, in the Premier League. I think he got 16, 17 goals. Very, very good.
Good return, that is.
Coming out of the Championship, it is.
I'm curious, actually. When you get a player now in the Premier League, they're a striker, what should they be returning?
It depends, though, because we say the word striker, but how many real natural strikers are there in the Premier League? Because when we talk about strikers, you're talking about, if you look at our generation, Marlon was a striker.
Yeah,
Bobby
you're
Zamora, right. Emil Heskey, John Carew, they were strikers. Nowadays, these guys are these false nines. You play 3 up top. How often do these strikers go up against a centre-back for 90 minutes?
Okay, let me ask you about Liam Delap now. I only say this because Joe's a massive fan. And when he was at Ipswich last season, when they went down, I think he got 12 in the season. Obviously, now he's been bought by Chelsea, so much more pressure. What should Chelsea be looking at for his goal return this season? If he stays fit, I know he's been out injured already, but if he stayed fit for the whole season.
I like his character. I like what I've seen of him so far. I think for him, and it's also what pressure he puts under himself. And I think for him, he should be saying at least the minimum he wants in return is at least 15 goals minimum. I think that's realistic, and for the ability that he has, and he's gone to Chelsea and expectations, I feel it should be coming from players, because sometimes we say what we expect. No, players need to put pressure on themselves. You've got to give them that responsibility. So I would say at least 15 goals.
Okay. A quick word about talkSPORT's very own Alan Pardew. You played under him.
Pards.
Yeah. He's scored 10 goals for him, 120 appearances at West Ham. Where does he rank amongst the best managers you've played under?
I'll probably say he's up there. I mean, Pards is one of my favourites. You know, I think that the two that really impressed me was I had Gerard Houllier for a bit. God rest his soul. He was phenomenal when he came at Villa.
You say that as well, don't you?
Yeah, he was phenomenal. He's different. But Pards is great. I mean, Pards, you have to understand how to take Alan Pardew, because obviously I came when probably his second job maybe was at West Ham after he had the Reading job, went to West Ham. So he was still kind of learning about himself as a manager. We had great moments, we had differences, but as a manager I know how to take him. And then when you look back now, I think that he was a really good manager. And I think he probably, to me, was still a little bit underrated in what he'd done managerial wise, and how he found ways to motivate players and speak to players. I won't say it's always right, but it still works. Like if you say, could you play for Pards again? I would say, yeah, no problem whatsoever. Nice. And he really is, in my opinion, he was good. He was really good.
Talking of really good, Brad Friedel's going to join us when we come back. All right. Now, do you remember what you were saying last night? Because I said, make sure you say it on the show tomorrow. And you went, I will.
Yeah, do you?
You remember that? And are you going to say it?
30 better. Yeah.
You're going to do that?
I've got Listy on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right. Slagging off Sir David Beckham.
No, let's slag him off.
I think you did.
No.
Oh, there you go. Changed already. There you go.
I've committed. No, listen. I said.
Well, let's find out what you said in a minute.
No one said you know. I said
you're talking nonsense.
Brilliant captain, great player, but there are. I think there's 30 better.
You said 50.
Sorry, 50. And I've written down 50.
You're a disgrace.
What did Fried say?
Let's find out. if he dare turn up. Brad Friedel, Nigel as well, and more from Benny. Right after this, live on Drive on talkSPORT. We'll see you in a sec.
There's a lot of talk about the independent football regulator. Some people love the sound of it, others don't. But what actually is it? And is it going to be any good for the game? In simple terms, it'll be an organisation not controlled by the Premier League, the EFL or the government, which will make sure all clubs are financially stable and don't rip off the fans. The aim is to make sure what happened to Bury, Derby and Reading doesn't happen again. Now, a significant reason clubs go under is because of dodgy owners financially mismanaging the club and running it into the ground. But in theory, these should be a thing of the past with the new regulator. They'll be able to use data from the National Crime Agency to perform stronger fit and proper persons tests and can even force owners to give up their stake in a club, which for certain supporters might be a welcome relief. It's likely good news for the EFL. The tension between them and the Premier League over a fair financial deal has been increasing in recent years. As it stands, talks have broken down. The Premier League backed out of recent negotiations, but the regulator will have the power to force through a deal, meaning more money for clubs lower down the pyramid. Now, this might sound simple, but in reality there's concerns this will open a legal can of worms, which could result in messy court cases involving the Premier League and the regulator. Parachute payments will be brought under the control of the regulator too. If they reduce them, it could mean a wider variety of clubs securing promotion to the top flight, but critics reckon it'll just mean the gap between the Premier League and EFL actually widens, as promoted clubs won't get as much money, which should normally be used to buy better players so they can compete. And current Premier League clubs have said if there were no parachute payments, they'd actually invest less, which would harm the quality of the top flight. And if clubs don't invest, then you'll get exactly what the EFL don't want, which is the same three clubs going down every year. And remember when Cardiff's owners changed the club's colours and badge? Well, in future, fans will have to approve any major changes to their club's heritage. Now that might all sound great, but do we really need it? Some say the downfall of Reading and Bury is an exception, not the rule. So as a whole, the most successful footballing pyramid in world football doesn't need regulation. They say it scares investors who can help grow the game. If those investors go elsewhere, well, the Premier League may no longer be the destination for the best players in the world. And others, well, they just don't trust politicians to appoint truly independent people to regulate our game.
Welcome back to hour number 2 and a big hour as well. Coming up on Driving the USA on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. We're live from New York. Still to come, we'll be looking ahead to a busy night of Premier League football. But now, we are more than delighted to welcome this Premier League superstar to our show.
It's in towards Lampard, right-footed shot, brilliant save by Brad Friedel. It was on the volley from Frank Lampard.
Brad Friedel standing there, he looks like a coiled spring. He saved it with his knees. Spurs are 1-8-7 in the penalty shootout.
Rositzky with the header, and it's palmed over the top by Brad Friedel. Friedel saves again. Quinn gets a shot in, but it's saved by Brad Friedel, and quite remarkably, the American goalkeeper has now saved 2 penalties at Bramall Lane.
Yeah, for the next hour, we're going to be joined by the brilliant, the wonderful Brad Friedel, who played over 400 games in the Premier League, representing clubs such as Blackburn, Tottenham, Aston Villa and Liverpool. And Brad also made 82 appearances for the USA, which included 3 appearances at the World Cup in 94, 1998 and 2002. And before we bring Brad in, I'm even more delighted to announce, this is great news, that the US legend is talkSPORT's superstar signing for next summer's World Cup. So a big round of applause. Good to see you, Brad Friedel.
Great to see you.
How exciting is that for us and for you as well, part of the talkSPORT team for the World Cup?
No, this will be brilliant. When I heard the news, then on top of that, I heard that I was going to be having dinner with you two, seeing Nigel, 2 of my old teammates. No, brilliant.
How nice is that? Well, we are very excited, obviously, about the World Cup. The fact that we've got you as part of the talkSPORT team is going to be fantastic. Do you know what you're doing for us? I suppose because the draw is coming out on Friday, we don't know where we're going to be or who's going to be playing where. So until we get that information,
I just know a certain amount of games, have no idea where, certain amount of podcasts, don't know where, certain amount of some other shows, don't know where yet, but we're going to find out right after the 5th of December.
And I get the feeling, because it's over here in America, that it's going to be bigger than better than anything we've seen in a long, long time, because the Americans they like doing things bigger and better, don't they?
They can put on an event.
Yeah,
they can put on an event. No, World Cup will be great. The cities, all the stadiums will be full. All the buzz around it will be magnificent. The inclusion in Canada, Mexico coming, I think it makes it an even better event and a bigger, more historic event. But the actual 30 days or so that it'll be on, it'll be magnificent over here.
Do you think they'll let Diana Ross have another penalty or not?
Doubtful.
Well, listen, on behalf of everyone at talkSPORT, we can't wait to work with you. So we're very, very excited about that. Just a reminder, of course, that draw for the World Cup is going to be live on talkSPORT on Friday. Benny and I are off to Washington tomorrow night, so we'll be in Washington after the draw to talk you through it as well. So a big, big week coming up on talkSPORT ahead of, obviously, the biggest sporting event on the planet. We can't wait for that. Right, shall we look at you.
He's been waiting for this. He's been waiting for this.
I know, straight away, he wants to get me involved in your 2 little love spat over the years. So go ahead.
So we went out for dinner last night, right? And you came with us because
as a guest.
As a guest, of course. Yeah. We wanted you to come with us.
Friendly.
Very, very nice of you to come with us.
Until you started.
And then halfway through the meal, before the wine was free-flowing.
It's like 5 minutes into the meal, right after we sat down. But go ahead.
David Beckham's name came into conversation. Right? Now, Benty and I have different views. Although Benty keeps his cards close to his chest when he's on air because he's scared of telling the truth.
No, it's not that, actually. No, it's not that.
Right. And so, well, it is that. And so I said to you, how good is David Beckham? So David Beckham. And can I say what you said? One of the first things you came back with was you thought David Bentley was a better player. And then
you
it just
asked
went,
you.
boom.
No, hold on a second.
Oh, here you go.
No.
I recorded the whole conversation.
Good. You asked me who was the best right winger, and
Right-sided midfielder.
And I told you two players that I thought as wingers: David Bentley, Steve McManaman. That's what I told you. I said David Beckham was the best crosser of the ball.
Yeah.
And the best free kick taker of the ball. But when I played against Man United, only from my own experiences, I was more worried about Keane, Scholes, Van Nistelrooy, Cole, York, Mark Hughes, Ryan Giggs, etc. That's all I said.
The whole squad.
Did not say anything about David Beckham not being a good player.
Can I just ask, could we not get Brad Guzan? Was he not about? let me ask you a question.
Just because you want to prove Benty wrong on some historic level.
Okay, let me ask you this simple question. I'll ask you the question, and then Nigel can answer it. Simple question.
Why are you asking me a question and Nigel's going to answer it?
No, you're both going to answer it. No, hold on. Just a yes or no. Just a yes or no.
No, you can't ask him a question.
No, this is like we're in a court. Yes or no? Okay.
Order.
Yeah.
Is Sir David Beckham world class?
Yes.
Nigel?
Yes.
Benty?
Yes.
You're so right. I can't spoil this up.
Let me say my part. Right.
No.
He has a world-class attribute in terms of his passing, his dead ball free kick taking. Now this is where
to scroll through. You should be showing yourself.
This is where I stand on the Beckham debate. Right.
What? Telling the truth live on air.
He's a fantastic captain.
I think Benty has a list.
Right.
Don't start.
I'll get to the list. Fantastic captain. Was brilliant when I got into the England squad. Great person. Like, what a career he's had. But my argument with you is that I could name 50 Premier League players that are better.
Yeah, but again, your list includes players that aren't right-sided midfield. So you'll put Ashley Cole in here, right?
Okay,
now,
sure.
I can't disagree with someone like...
Let me just give you...
Hold on, we're not including that guest here.
Nige, should we just go out and have a coffee or something while they just argue?
No, I just in America, pleading the fifth.
Just say yes or no. I'm going to give you 10.
Yes or no again. It's the yes or no.
I just need yes or no. Are these players better than Beckham?
This is no disrespect. Totally irrelevant.
Right.
It's difficult.
Thierry Henry.
I mean, people would say yes.
No, what would you say?
You'd say yes.
Eric Cantona.
Yes.
Paul Scholes.
Yes.
Ryan Giggs.
Yes.
Dennis Bergkamp.
Yes.
De Bruyne.
Can we stop now? Yes.
You want to keep going?
That's irrelevant.
But the thing is, but what you say, it's difficult though, because when we use the word world class, you got to describe in what realm you're using it and what he did, his attributes for the free kicks, dead balls and crossing.
Agreed.
He was world class, so you have to say he is. But all these different players have fantastic attributes and they're world class for different reasons in what they do.
He's ramping up to protect his beloved Man United.
What do you want to do?
Now.
You want to be? He's a legend. He's an England legend. He's world class. He's one of the greats.
Steven Gerrard?
You can't deny that. Can you stop?
Steven Gerrard?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, just think you got a free meal last night, didn't you? Huh? How was your free meal last night? Was it all right?
No, you can't argue with some of the players I started with.
No, I putting a list together of players that aren't necessarily right-sided midfield or even midfielders, I think is a little bit silly, because if you've got someone like Kyle Walker or Ashley Cole, these are players that in their position are the best we've ever seen in the Premier League. But you still can't compare a left back to.
Well, wait a second. But you've asked if you're going to go for a list of the best players of ever in the Premier League. They're going to be all different positions.
Correct.
I didn't ask for this, Brad.
Yeah, you did.
To be
fair, to be fair, he did say that he would
calling you Bradley.
He would just
Bradley.
It's like my mom. He was so actually he did. He offered the list, didn't he?
See, you should have been more specific and said only right-sided players anywhere in the world.
This is what he tried to do. He tried to go right-sided players that could only play in the four that were English. He just kept narrowing it right down.
Okay, Manchester United, one of the biggest, if not the biggest club in the world, have had a history of wonderful players.
Yes.
When you talk about right-sided midfielders for Manchester United, where's Beckham on that list? Bradley?
He would probably have to be one.
Right, no further questions. See you later. Let's move it on a bit, right? Because I feel that we're going to go round and round here.
Sorry. Last night you were so angry.
Is Beckham world class?
Sitting down. I said attribute, world class attribute.
You've got a world-class attribute of talking.
List?
No, I'm going to take that list and stick it in. Let's move on a bit and talk about great players that you've played with, all right? If that's the theme for the first part of our chat. Who would you say about, and you've played for a whole host of big clubs, including, of course, the national side. When you look back at your teammates, who would you say is the best player you've ever played with?
Oh, my God. Best player with Georgie Hadji's up there.
Oh, my goodness.
Galatasaray. Michael Owen, before his injuries, was up there. Steven Gerrard, right up there. Luka Modric, right up there. Gareth Bale. Actually, with Bale, I would put Bale probably just a little bit under Ronaldo and Messi. If again, he didn't have some injury issues. That guy was a machine. That he was like walked on the top of the earth. Like he just floated.
Could you see that in Gareth Bale early? Were you at Spurs when he was a left back and then moved to the left?
No, he was a left winger by the time I got there, and then actually moved to more of a number 9, if you like. But he was so fast, so strong, so powerful. Like you couldn't, when he wasn't injured, nobody could stop him. It was very similar to your Messi's in that he was just superb. The two players I always found from a goalkeeper standpoint that were the most difficult to play against was Bergkamp and Paul Scholes. Scholes was one of those, like, so you, like as a keeper, you scan the pitch and then eventually you have to put your eye onto the ball. And by the time you come back to be able to scan the pitch again, Scholes is not there, but he's like right in front of you. And you don't have time to tell your defenders, tell your midfielders. I mean, you must have had him run behind you 100 times. Like, it was impossible. He was so good at timing the late runs into the box. He for me, was outstanding. But the great thing about the Premier League, especially between, say, 2000, 2012, every single team had really good play. You go play Bolton, you're playing against JJ Okocha.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a really good time for the Premier League.
Do you know what Brad says there for me? It just reminds me of when we say footballers, like this is when I say these were real footballers, because the technical ability was there, the physicality was there, and the football intelligence and quality was there. When I watch the game now, I'll probably say a lot of these players are very robotic in the sense in how they're coached, and they don't really have the as much freedom or real footballing quality as you had to go against in our generation. And most of the games, you're going man v man. And like I was fortunate to play against like Luka Modric. When I first saw him, I thought, oh, look at this guy. He's half the size of me. I'm going to literally go through him in a tackle. Couldn't get near him. His touch was unbelievable. Got one of the best first touches the game has ever seen. His footballing brain is phenomenal. Then you played against likes of Makelele, Balak, Yaya Toure,
We didn't even
Essien.
talk about the Chelsea. I mean,
Like, the
Robin.
Chelsea team was one of the hardest teams to ever face. And I think, for me, one of the best players that I found hard when he wanted to play, if he wanted to play, Yaya Toure. He had every single attribute. Like you say about Bell, Yaya Toure was 6 foot something. He was an absolute beast. He had happy feet, great technical
Could
ability.
score from anywhere.
Could score from anywhere. Could score from a set piece. Like, if he really wanted to turn it on, I don't think I've played against a player like that literally you couldn't do nothing. Like, it was so hard to stop him.
There was another one. Balotelli was a bit like that too. I don't know him personally at all, but sometimes in a game he did things that others.
But let me ask you, Brad, football's changed a lot, even over the last 10 years, right? We very rarely, I know we do, but nowhere near as often see players shoot from 25, 30 yards. We don't see that. We very rarely see headers now, right? It's changed a lot, the game, isn't it? Even in the short space of time since you guys have been playing.
But I think football's cyclical. Like, if you go back years, it was Holland. It was back in the 70s. It was total football. And they were playing. And then it came into, well, the 4-4-2 kind of stopped that. And they got, could kill the game off a little bit. Then it became, there was once a sweeper, and then it was 3 in the back. Now 3 in the back is back, and you can play with wing backs now. And I think that will change again, because people are going to figure out how to play against the passing. I mean, even Man City this year, they've changed their style a little bit, and I think it'll come back again to where you're going to see more crosses, more headers, eventually, and shots from distance, because it just goes in roundabouts.
Well, just to say what Brad says, makes a point, because now you're seeing in the game loads of people going back to 4-4-2 now, and then everyone's going crazy from watching the likes of Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams play for Spain, and all they did is be old school wingers, get the ball and take their fullbacks on. It wasn't this element of overcoaching when they get it in wide areas and then they come inside and they try and play through you, which for me, that was more of a Mexican style of football. Mexico was the team and the nation that wanted to play right through the heart of you.
If you went out, Nigel, and bought 2 really fast wingers and played a left-footed player on the left and a right-footed player on the right, and you had 2 number 9, so to speak, but one that could come off and hold the ball, and you got a lot of crosses in the box, you would cause so much confusion right now because teams don't see it anymore.
We have to go to a break, but I find this fascinating. Let's carry this on in just a moment. Is that all right? More from all of our gang, including talkSPORT's brand new signing for the World Cup, Brad Friedel, part of the talkSPORT team. Will be joining us right after this, live on Drive on talkSPORT.
welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Well, Match to Drive on talkSPORT. We're live in the USA. Me, Andy Goldstein, and the David Beckham fan club over there. It's Darren Bent, Managerial Coker, and Brad Friedel, and our president Just Eat the app for all your delivery needs. We are bringing you a week of shows from the USA ahead of the World Cup draw. It's in Washington. It's this Friday. We'll be there, and that means, of course, you'll be there. Still to come, we'll be discussing whether the Premier League is lacking quality at the moment. In fact, we'll pick up our chat that we had just before the break. We'll do that in about 30 minutes' time. I thought that was fascinating. Brad, Newcastle face one of your former clubs in Spurs tonight. It's a game you can hear live and exclusive on talkSPORT. We have to ask you about Tottenham's goalkeeper, Vicario, and the fans booing him against Fulham over the weekend. What did you make of that as a former goalkeeper yourself?
Don't make mistakes. I mean, listen, it's one of those things, like, we were talking about it backstage.
Let me just write that down. No. You say don't or do. Don't make mistakes.
Okay, so Vicario is a goalkeeper that plays on emotion. He makes a big save. He gets the crowd going. If you can't have it both ways. So just because you're cheering and getting the crowd up when you do something well doesn't mean that the crowd's happy when you don't do it well. The way that I looked at it, if I made a mistake in a game, I am down the tunnel. I am off. I'm back to the training ground, and I work hard until I play well again. And I know people are going to be hammering me on the TV, on social media, and the newspapers. It's normal. It's just part of football.
Do you have in your mind your worst mistake you've ever made? Does it stay with you? You do?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Benny made a great point yesterday. A striker misses an open goal. Striker makes a mistake. The next game, he can rectify that. He can score a goal and it's done.
Prima donnas.
Right? They are. Of course they are, yeah. Oh, now you side with me. But they can get rid of that moment. Right, it's gone. Score a goal, score a brace, done. How does a goalkeeper get past the mistake? What does he have to do, Vicario? How does he get that goal? You know what I mean?
I honestly think you're built like it, and if you're not built like it, then you need to develop a thick skin quickly. When goalkeepers make a mistake, it generally leads to a goal or a penalty or a sending off, something of that nature. So the mistakes cost you dearly. But you'll probably have few moments in a game where you're having actions, whereas outfield players, you're touching the ball a lot more. You're going into tackles. You're going into challenges. There's a lot more for you to do. In the goalkeeper, that's where it becomes much more of a mental position. I always found it easier playing in games where I had a lot to do rather than standing there for 12, 15 minutes at a time before you had to do something, make a save, come out and collect the ball. And then if you make that mistake, everyone's looking back at you. What the so-and-so you doing? Crowd right there. Listen, you can hear everything. And when you go to, like myself, I played at a few clubs, so I had a few enemies around the league. So you play Liverpool, you go to Everton, it's not so nice. You go to Birmingham, not so nice. You go to Arsenal, not so nice, et cetera, et cetera. So but you just have to forget about it. And I think you're built like it. I think it's one of the issues with the American player because they're not raised over here on accepting and taking abuse. They really aren't. So when they go over there, wow, I just made only one mistake or two mistakes and the fans hate me. Well, yeah, because they earn money to go watch you play on a weekend. And when you lose, they lose, and they're angry. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, do better. That's the point I would make. You just do better as a player. You're on a lot of money. You're in a privileged situation. There's nothing better than playing football. Just deal with it. Deal with the ups and the downs.
If you were his manager, what would you be saying to him now? How big is that first save tonight for him?
What I would say, well, first of all, he needs to play well. But second of all, you say you love the club. I mean, you can't make a save and cheer and the fans cheer you and say you love the club. You make a mistake, they boo you and say you hate the club. Like, that's not how it works. You still say you love the club. You go and you work hard and you try to play well. Next time you play well, the Tottenham fans will applaud you. That's not going to be a problem. If he saves a penalty and they win 2-0 at home, they'll give him a standing ovation. That's the way it works.
You got to leave it behind you. There's no point in crying over spilt milk. And it goes to what Brad's saying about the mental toughness side of it. Like, you've got to have it. And some players are just built that way. And that's why it's always easier to give a youngster who's an attacking player debut than it is a young centre-back. Because a centre-back, more than likely, if he makes a mistake, it's going to lead to a goal. And does that young centre-back have the maturity, the mindset, the mental toughness to put that behind him and still play the rest of the game and not worrying? So I think, for me, when I played, if I made a mistake in midfield, I'll acknowledge it and just say, all right, cool. And then you just say to yourself, the world's best players make mistakes. Like, you can't dwell on it. If you dwell on it, it's going to keep dragging you down. It's going to make your performances go. So for Vicario, the goalkeeper, he made a mistake. Let it go. Go in. It's a fresh game, fresh start. Don't take it, because if he takes any negativity from the last game and the fans into it with him, he will make a mistake. And when you make a mistake over there, it's going to be magnified.
Especially
because you're the last line.
And Newcastle as well, with those fans as well.
You just got to be mentally strong.
Every top goalkeeper, no matter who you think's the best, whether it was Schmeichel, whether it was Neuer, whether it was...
Don't start that one as well, Brad.
No, it doesn't matter.
Brad, who is the best?
Everyone made mistakes, but the best didn't let the one mistake affect them for another. The ones that just became mediocre or dropped down were the ones that mistake really affected them the next time and the next time and the next time.
Okay. Who was the best goal? No. Nige, we've got to let you go, sadly. Your hour is up. I mean, it's flown by. That's only a good sign. So thank you so much for coming in yesterday.
No, I've had a great time.
If you want to come to Washington tomorrow, you're more than welcome.
I can't come tomorrow. I've got to work.
Well,
got Coppa Italia coverage, mate.
Okay. Well,
have you seen the traffic outside? It'll take him long enough just to get home. He doesn't have time to get there.
You can't even walk. It's raining. Listen, thank you for coming in. Thank you for the wonderful gifts as well. I'm guessing Brad's going to give us the gifts in just a moment when he's on his own. Nothing?
No.
Oh, okay.
Who paid for dinner yesterday? Just out of curiosity.
Well,
it wasn't him.
You're not the first person to point and say that to me. Nige, thanks so much for your time.
No, pleasure. I guess I'll still wait for my dinner invite in the post then. Must be a strike or something.
No, you're doing me.
It's in the traffic.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to come tonight?
No, it's fine.
That was close. Still to come, we're discussing whether Mohamed Salah should stay on the Liverpool bench. But first, it's time for No Googling. We want to know who's the only player to win a Champions League and a Cup treble with two different clubs. Who's the only player to win a Champions League and Cup treble with two different clubs? The answer to that and more from the wonderful Brad Friedel right after this live on Drive, stateside on talkSPORT.
major report into the Hillsborough disaster has found 12 police officers would have faced gross misconduct proceedings. The Independent Office for Police Conduct says the proceedings would have been over fundamental failures on the day and concerted efforts to blame fans in the aftermath. But despite this, no officers will face disciplinary proceedings because they had retired by the time investigations had began. Sue Roberts, whose brother Graham was killed at Hillsborough, says this has been a long time coming.
We were treated so appallingly, and so many family members, my dad and mum, died prematurely. They were tormented by the way that they were treated. We knew that there was a big cover-up going on, but there didn't seem to be anything that we could do about it.
Elsewhere, cricket has lost a legend. Those the words of double Ashes winner Steve Harmison after the passing of former England and Hampshire batsman Robin Smith.
He was an amazing player. I think anybody age between sort of mid-40s to sort of mid-50s will recognise an absolute legend has lost. Has gone from the game.
On the Ashes, Will Jacks has been called up to the team for the second test. He's come in place of Mark Wood. And Phil Foden will play a major role if City are to reel in Arsenal and win another title. That's according to club legend Paul Dickov.
For years we had Kevin De Bruyne when Man City were struggling at times to pull something out of the bag. Mo Salah's done it for Liverpool for years now. And having that little bit of gold dust and Phil Foden did get them over the line.
City are away at Fulham this evening, live on talkSPORT 2. Remember, all 10 midweek games in the Premier League are live across the talkSPORT network and app.
Welcome back to Drive in the USA. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, alongside, and the legend that is Brad Friedel, who is now, I mentioned this earlier on, part of talkSPORT's wonderful World Cup team this year. How excited are we to have Brad Friedel with us? Brilliant. Before we move on, talk about one of his former clubs, the answer to the question, who's the only player to win a Champions League and Cup treble with two different sides? The answer is Darren Bent.
Sami Eto'o.
Yes, Barcelona and Inter. Brad, you played against Sami Eto'o?
Yeah, I did. I believe when he was at Chelsea.
Yeah?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Are there certain players you thought, I can't believe that, apart from David Beckham, that, why are they in the starting lineup?
This is unbelievable.
Honestly, every day I get this.
Did Benty ever score against you? Please say no.
No.
Good.
I looked it up last night. We were talking about it.
Good.
I
hope you missed.
I thought maybe when he was at Charlton, I thought maybe once, but
never scored. No. So me and him have got the same record against you, and I didn't even play the game.
Exactly.
You're a disgrace, Benny. Right, still to come. We'll have team views from all of tonight's Premier League games. Remember, you can listen to all of those games by downloading the talkSPORT app. You're going to go in the car park. Come on, let's have a penalty. Right, listen, Brad. Let's talk about one of your former clubs, Liverpool. It's been a bizarre season for them. They're currently 8th in the table, only 9 points behind Arsenal, who of course are top of the. I say only. Quite a big gap. Sunday they beat West Ham 2-0, a game where Mohamed Salah was an unused sub at the London Stadium. Ahead of their game against Sunderland, live on talkSPORT 2 tomorrow, their boss Arne Slot spoke about leaving his star man on the bench.
Of course a player isn't happy he's not playing. He wasn't the only one who wasn't happy that he wasn't starting, I can tell you, and that's normal. But the way he behaved was as you would expect from a professional he is, but he was very supportive for his teammates, handled himself really well during the day and yesterday in the session as well. So you cannot be a player that's available every 3 days and play on that high standards if you go with your emotions.
What an interesting debate this could be. What do you do with Mohamed Salah? I mean, you could argue he's got credit in the bank and he's a superstar, so you have to play him. But if, I suppose, any player's not playing that well, why do they deserve to start?
Well, he has credit in the bank for sure, but that doesn't mean you get to start all the time while you're getting your form back, tiredness, this, that, and the other. I think he's definitely worth managing and trying to get his form back. That's what I would say. I don't think that he would be one of those players that you would actively just go out in January, the end of the season, say we need to sell. He's too good for that. For whatever reason, he hasn't been performing to his incredible standards that he's set himself. But you can say that for quite a few situations at Liverpool's team right now. And I would also add that they've missed Alisson a lot. So like when Jurgen Klopp's teams, and then last season as well, you can play a really aggressive defensive style when Alisson is at the top of his game. He is the best of all time at 1v1 situations, and so you can expose yourself a little bit more, and you can try to win the ball higher up the field. So I think they've missed that aspect as well. But with these are tricky situations for managers to deal with, when arguably the best player at the club for some time and some years is starting to either lose form, or you have some situation, the issues off the pitch, whatever it might be, contract status. That's when the top managers really earn their money, and not the tactics, not the team talks and halftime talks. It's the man management of the players and how you deal with those situations.
When you look at the recruitment as well, on paper, I thought when Liverpool signed Isaac and Ekitike and Wirtz and Kirkes, I thought it was a Frimpong. Oh, like Liverpool are going to take some beating this season, because you add to the quality. I know they've lost, obviously, God rest his soul, Diego Jota, Luis Diaz, Darwin Nunez. But I just thought with those players coming in, I did think, oh my goodness, Liverpool are a team to beat. Has it surprised you that pretty much all of them haven't worked yet so far?
Surprised, yes, but I still think they're good signings. And hear me out on this. Liverpool's not a chaotic club. They have very good ownership, and the directors are very good at hiring football people to do football jobs and commercial and marketing to do those jobs. It's not a mess. It's a well-oiled machine there. I think some of those players obviously need to take time to bet into the Premier League. The other thing I will add, and perhaps hindsight's easy, right? Yeah. Perhaps they should have just dropped the Isaac thing, because that dragged on. It wasn't good for Newcastle, and it hasn't been good for Liverpool, because you have a very talented player that was every single day, 2, 3, 4 times a day. Big another story comes out about him, and it affected either Liverpool or Newcastle, and it affected him the most because he didn't go through a preseason like properly. And you know what it's like when you miss an entire preseason. It's not easy to come back, because everyone's at a certain fitness level that then kick on again, and you're always like struggling to get there.
I'm guessing when you go into any big club, Liverpool being one of them, as a manager, there's always pressure on you to do well and win trophies, especially the League or the Champions League. Arne Slot's come in, he's taken over a fantastic squad of players, great group of players, and in his first season, he's won the Premier League. Has that been a help or hindrance to him? Do you think he's created a rod for his own back by doing that?
Always a help.
Yeah,
it's always a help.
I mean, you're winning the Premier League. I mean, let's say last season he finished 4th. And this season they have the start right now. He's gone.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a help, because winning
the expectation levels now are through the roof. Or
but
at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but the expectation levels after Mourinho won at Chelsea were huge. Sir Alex Ferguson every season, huge. On Arsene Wenger, huge. That's normal. I mean, the pressure. If you look. With Arsenal, for instance, they've stayed with Arteta, and it looks good again. I think if Man City catches them this year, then that's probably that. But if they win it, then they did the right thing by keeping them. Pressure at the big clubs, these big managers, they don't feel pressure like we would think and talk about. They thrive in it. They love it. It's like it's not pressure to them. It's just it's another day of tactics. And what I mean by tactics of how to manage the football club. And hopefully I get it right.
You know, when you look at Arne Slot, and of course there's a lot of noise, I think outside noise about his job was maybe under a bit of pressure. I don't see that in terms of the way Liverpool do their business with managers. They don't panic with their managers. How bad do you think it would have to go for Liverpool when they do look at Arne Slot and go, do you know what, it's just not working?
You're right. Liverpool's not a hire and fire club. I think there would need to almost be a player revolt of all the money they've invested for that to happen. I just can't see it happen, and that's not the way That's not like the history of Liverpool Football Club. I could see things going bad, and a manager, I'm not saying Arne Slot's thinking this, I'm just saying that a manager could resign because he just doesn't see it, that I'm doing the wrong things and it's not working, or what I tried to do is not working, so I'll go. I could see that more than Liverpool right now getting together and saying, we won the league with them last year, we've invested all this money, now let's get rid of them. That's not the way Liverpool works.
How influential are the senior players at a club? Can they get a manager fired? Listen, I only look from the outside in, right? As a football fan, I either read it in the papers or I pick up little bits from people that are connected to the game. But you've been at a football club. You understand exactly how powerful you players can be in the squad. How does it work? If a group of players aren't happy with the manager, do they knock on the door, the owner, the chairman?
Yeah, that is a club-by-club situation.
Have you experienced that at a club? You have?
Of course.
Can we talk about it? Okay, can we talk about it, but don't name the club or the players or the manager? Just give me what happened.
Sure. So managers making consistent decisions that players aren't happy with. Meeting times, time on the training ground, time of meetings, individual meetings, not having enough time for rest and recovery, not having time with your families, playing favorites, maybe doing deals with certain agents and the players don't like it, and you get together. But what I have to say is there's the people that actually do the hiring and firing at every club are not always readily available to the players to complain to. So, like, for instance, if you were to ask me right now about Frank at Tottenham, is he under pressure? I would have no idea, because I don't know who's running the club now. If Daniel Levy was there, I could give you a very educated response on what I think is happening. What would that be? Right now, Thomas Frank would be under pressure, but Daniel Levy would be backing him full stop, because Daniel Levy was a very good chairman. Believe it or not, he was very punctual chairman. He was very honest chairman when he did the deal with you. Tough negotiator, but it doesn't lie. He wasn't that type of a chairman. He would back you and back you and back you, but then he would have no problem pulling the plug when he just felt it wasn't the right time.
So let me ask you,
but he would be backing him right now.
A club like Spurs with Daniel Levy there, how much say would he have with regards to picking the first team and players coming in?
None, if the manager was strong enough. He could have ideas. The way that Daniel would look at it, if he was going to invest in a player, and he spoke to the managers about the investment of the players, and he invested a lot of money on that player, the manager would be a little bit foolish if he didn't think that Daniel Levy thought he should be playing that player, because that's how he constructed his squads. So I'll use a name because Manny knows I love him and everything. So when Adebayor came in, and he did an incredible job, came in on loan, and then we signed him permanently. And at the time we're going through 4 seasons, 4 different managers. At first it was Harry, then it was AVB, and that's where Ade had a little bit of an issue with Andre at the club, and he was the highest paid player at the time. But we also had a certain individual named Harry Kane that was coming through the ranks. And when AVB went and Tim Sherwood came in, Tim knew Harry Kane very, very well, and Tim backed him, and Tim really wanted him to do well. So, but Ade was still under contract, so this put a lot of pressure on head coaches, the managers, all the coaching staff, and Daniel, because the highest paid player wasn't playing. And Ade, Ade's lovely. Ade's a lovely guy. He causes no issues whatsoever. There's been some reports out. He would come in friends with all the players, and he just, if he wasn't in someone's plan. So Mauricio was the one that finally came in, mended the relationship with Ade and the club, and then they found a solution for him, and then everyone was happy, and then the rest is history with Harry Kane, etc. But if a chairman allows, or if a sporting director, or however the club's set up, allows a player to go to them and get a manager fired, in my opinion, they're asking for trouble within the club. Daniel was very, very good at that. He would tell a player to go leave his office, I'm the boss. But he wouldn't tell Mauricio or Tim Sherwood, you have to play someone. No. He wasn't like that.
We're going to have a quick break. We'll carry this on. I'm led to believe, you can confirm or deny this after, but I'm led to believe that as much as Tim Sherwood had a hand in making Harry Kane, you had a role to play in it as well. Is that right?
I had a Raw. Tim. Okay.
We'll do it in a minute.
All right.
Fascinating
All right.
story.
All right.
More from the wonderful Brad Friedel right after this Live and Drive on talkSPORT.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Well, Matt, to drive in the USA on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, the superstar that is Brad Friedel and Justy, from vouchers to cash prizes to Champions League final tickets. How about that? There are millions of prizes to be won when you place an order. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. We are bringing you a week of shows from America ahead of the World Cup draw. It's in Washington this Friday. Still to come, we're bringing you team news from tonight's game in the Premier League. But first, it's time for this.
Step up to the Oki and win on talkSPORT.
Yeah, we're just over a week away now from the talkSPORT Darts Trophy with our friends at QuickFit, and this is your chance to be there. How about this? You and a mate could be the only members of the public allowed in next Wednesday, the 10th of December in London, as 8 of talkSPORT's biggest names, I include me and Benty there, take to the Ocky, and you could be right there with us and rub shoulders, it says here. I mean, you probably won't get too close to me, you'll be fenced off, but Benty will happily shake your hand, and the rest of the talkSPORT gang as well. And the very next day, how about this? You'll be heading to the opening day at the PDC World Darts Championships at Ali Pali, have 2 nights in a hotel covered and £2,500 in cash. What a great prize. For your chance to win, text the word WIN, W-I-N, to 83338. That's WIN, W-I-N, to 83338. A text will cost you £2 plus your standard network rate. Or you can call 0343 423 9761. Lines close at 4 p.m. this Thursday. That's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. I think we all answer our phone if it rings, don't we? 18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. So for your chance to win, text the word WIN to 83338 now. This is a network promotion. For full T's and C's, visit talksport.com. Right. Now, something we're to discuss about the Premier League is whether or not it's stronger or weaker than previous years. We talked ever so briefly about this about 35, 40 minutes ago with Nigel. I thought it was a fascinating chat. We look at the table now. Fulham, they are, 7 points off Chelsea in the table, despite Liverpool having a really, really poor season so far. They're only 4 points off Man City in second. Aston Villa didn't even score a goal for the first 4 games of the season. They now find themselves in a Champions League spot. Is this what the Premier League is all about? Do you look at the Premier League and compare it maybe to when you were playing and think it's any different, better, worse?
It's just different. I think what what a lot of the teams have done now is they've been able to generate different match day incomes, different revenue streams, and the money in the Premier League from the media rights is enormous, as we all know, and everyone's gotten a bit stronger in areas. So there's become a little bit more parity within. You still have the top 6, but then you've just seen what happened last season to Man United, what happened to Tottenham. They can drop down drastically, and other teams are coming up. The football's different, but again, I mentioned earlier, football's cyclical. So it's a little bit less tackle physical, I would say, but more physical on the running. So people are building out of the back, and then they're going away from that a little bit more and going a little bit more direct now, and that's gonna ebb and flow as the game comes. The thing that is true, the Premier League is the strongest league in the world from top to bottom. Other leagues have very good teams scattered about them, but the league on the field, off the field, is a machine, and in certain ways it gets better and better every year. Sometimes you get a drop in the quality, but not too often. I still think it's strong. It's just different. I thought maybe back in the first decade, 2000, 2010, or that second decade of the Premier League, I felt like there were more big, strong, like star type players. But the football is still excellent now. It's just a different brand. I just remember every game you go play Middlesbrough, you're playing against Viduka and Hasselbank and Ricard. Yeah. You go play Bolton and you're playing against JJ Okachi. And even him, as good as he was on the ball, he had this long throw-in. And then speaking of long throw-ins, then you get to go play Stoke away on a small pitch and just as a goalkeeper, get elbowed about 55 times in the game. And that, and it just became a really hard physical league. Physicality is a little bit less now, but football's still quality.
Do you think the coaching has got better? And when I say the coaching is because you look at the likes of certainly that decade that you're talking about, like the biggest clubs could buy the biggest and best players, so they always have that advantage. But when you look at someone, and as I used an example, Brighton, they get these players in, they sell them for a massive profit, but even when they sell that player, another one's already en route. Does that come down to the coaching, the recruitment?
So if you use Brighton, and I'll take another one, Brentford, analytics has crept in the game massively, and both those two came in from the betting algorithm systems, and they've brought it into their football, and it's helped them dramatically. I mean, look where Brighton was when I was playing. I think they were playing their games at like a university pitch, weren't they? Yeah. Or something. They didn't have full stands all around it. Yeah. And then now where they're at. So you can now in the Premier League build or go to League One, League Two. You can purchase a club, if you do it the right way, you now with your 15,000 seat stadium can compete in the Premier League. The problem comes, can you get up into the European places? Because once you get to a certain level, the only way really to increase your matchday revenue is by either increasing seats, increasing corporate, in order to get up into those European places, because that's where the extra income can come from to build in the squad. I'm not talking about income so the owners line the pockets so they can invest it in bigger and better players, improve their academy, improve their recruitment, etc.
Fascinating. We've nearly finished with our number 2. We've got one left, and when we come back, your mate Lexi Lalas will be joining us in
bring
the
him
studio.
in.
Bring him in indeed.
He better have a goatee today. He
sure
did all
he
this
has.
shaving stuff, and he's like got glasses, and his hair's all like nice now. Like it's just, it shouldn't be that way.
I hope he's brought a guitar in. Last time we spoke to him, he played a bit of a guitar for us.
Kicking
Or
Ball.
he said he was gonna.
His album, Kicking Balls, first album.
He's released albums.
He's released, and look at you! You don't
I
think he
didn't
can?
know that.
You don't think he can play music and sing?
No, I didn't know that he did that.
Lexi, Lexi, if you're listening to
don't
this,
slag him off,
Benty's
No, you
having
know
a
the
go
job.
at you.
I know. Mate, I love kicking
No,
balls.
what-
That sounds wrong.
How many tracks on the album?
What? Which one? I've got a deluxe one, so it goes on.
He's got this. No, Lexi, when we were the Olympic team, he used to get his guitar out. We used to go to his room and stuff, and he'd play. You could ask him to play anything. He'd almost go and
When
sing.
he comes in, ask him. Just say to him, kicking balls, and see what he does.
All right.
Stand behind the desk when you ask. Last hour drive time live from across the pond coming your way right after this on talkSPORT.
Formula One. It's a sport often seen as insular and elitist, but it's seen a meteoric rise under its owners Liberty Media, not only in popularity and viewership, but in the ability to almost print money. From greater access to more races, here's how it happened. For decades, Formula One was owned and run by one man, Bernie Ecclestone. He was old school, someone who thought the sport itself was enough, and there was no need for all this modern marketing and social media nonsense. But in 2016, Ecclestone agreed to sell his baby to American group Liberty Media. It cost Liberty Media $4.4 billion, and they quickly got to work. We got an F1 app almost immediately, and teams were allowed to show us more from behind the scenes. One of Liberty's most important deals was with Netflix, which in 2019 brought us Drive to Survive. The effect? An almost 70% rise in viewership for races in the US alone. It's massively benefited Formula One online too, with a rise from 7.8 million followers across its social media platforms in 2016 to around 50 million today. New eyes are on the sport too, with F1's own subscription TV channel, which people can watch anywhere in the world. But the main market they've tapped into is the US. There's now 3 races there a year, in Texas, Miami and Las Vegas, and an American-branded team, Cadillac, getting involved in the sport too. More races seems to be the direction of travel. A street circuit in Madrid's being welcomed onto the calendar, while conversations around a Grand Prix in Africa have ramped up in the last few years. More big events could be in the offing too, after the massive F1 75 season launch event in London in 2025. 7.5 million people tuned in to watch it live across their social media channels, and that doesn't include the viewing figures for where it was broadcast on TV in certain countries. It seems Liberty will do whatever they can to grow the F1 brand. Their efforts have been worthwhile too, with Forbes valuing the sport at $17.1 billion back in 2023, almost 4 times more than what they bought it for in 2016. Not bad, considering it's seen as a sport where people just drive around in circles.
That's what they say. You got to pronounce your vowels, right? Hey, oh. Welcome back to Last Hour Drive on talkSPORT. We're live from New York. It's me, Andy Goldstein, and Darren Bent. You can probably hear our next guest has turned up. We'll say hello to Lexi in just a moment. Still to come, we're bringing you team news from the Seedmans football. But now a reminder, a massive week of Premier League action all gets underway tonight. And, of course, it's all live across the talkSPORT network.
Premier League football at full pelt, live on talkSPORT. Are you ready for it? And they've bent it in with Wilson! It's 2-0! Across the face of goal, Erling Haaland rifles it home. Semenyo getting into the byline, now pulling it back. Oh, how has he squeezed that in? Left foot stands on the cross, Joe Linton! There's the full-time whistle, and listen to those boos. Tottenham Hotspur fall to their 4th home league defeat. Great ball, Marino, 2-0. Welbeck! And he hits the back of the net. Lofts the cross in, Marlon with a header, and it's in. Anthony on the charge, onto his right foot, fires the shot, deflected, and it's Sarr hits it in for 3. Pulls it back, it comes to Enzo Fernandez. Ekitike racing through on goal, terrific pace. Oh, what a finish! Plays it to the edge of the box, Xhaka deflected, and in. Xerxes left hand edge of the area, the angle is tight, but he squeezed it in. Header by Bowen. Oh, what a goal!
Who doesn't love a round of midweek Premier League games?
Yeah, talkSPORT brings you live commentary of all 10 Premier League games across the next 3 days. It all gets going tonight. Newcastle against Spurs. It's live and exclusive here on talkSPORT. That one kicks off at 8:15 or 3:15 if you're over here in America. Meanwhile, kicking off at 7:30, you can hear Fulham against Man City. That's over on talkSPORT 2. Bournemouth against Everton is on the talkSPORT app. The easiest way to stay across it always by downloading that talkSPORT app and hitting the live games tab so you don't miss a moment. Right. Time now to look ahead to those games and more with 2 former US superstars. We've already met Brad Friedel. We'll say hello to him in just a moment again. But I'm delighted to welcome to the show, former defender, the superstar without the goatee.
My goodness, that is beautiful.
Can I just say, as wonderful as that was, you have to be careful your language.
Oh, okay. Well, you look good, though. I mean, it was a compliment, all right?
Listen, I would keep it in, but
all
I
right,
think
cool.
it's been lost.
All right.
But how lovely to see you.
It's wonderful to see you and all of your hair.
Thank you very much. Are you aware that I've got my own hair product out?
Well, whatever it is, it's working for you. I
Would
wish
you like
I had
some?
that.
Would you like
Friedel
some?
wishes he had it.
Why? Will you stop yelling in my ear? Come on.
I'm excited.
I know.
Daniel Levy, he's really he's punctual.
He's
Oh, you asked
punctual.
me. It's a pretty low bar.
No, when you call the chairman, he texts back immediately. He emails immediately. That's what I mean.
All
I don't mean he
right,
turns
okay.
up to the meetings on time.
I was like, the guy shows up on time. Why is the best thing in the world?
You were
All right.
late here. You punctual?
I know. I'm not punctual.
All right.
No.
How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm excited. We live in interesting times. We live in interesting times.
Where's the guitar? You didn't bring a guitar.
I know.
Why?
I did that last time we spoke, and I should have brought it in here today and really, turned off all of your 3 listeners and viewers. It would have been. They would have gone
I
someplace.
think you're missing the word million.
Oh, sorry.
A million. That's what you're missing. We were unaware that you'd actually released an album. Is that true?
Multiple albums.
How many?
For my 3 listeners, including my mom. Sometimes my mom. Yeah. So I grew up playing in garage bands and singing in groups and stuff like that. So music has been a huge part of my life for a long time. So
great. Well, it's lovely to have you on
I'll have
board.
another one out next, right before the World Cup.
What's it called?
I don't know yet. I haven't put the title. We don't do albums anymore now.
Can we come up with
singles.
it? Can we come up with the album title?
Kicking balls again. There we go. Kicking balls.
Kick another. What about kick another ball?
Kick another ball. Very good.
We'll come up with one. Right, listen, we've got so much football to talk to you about. We're going to start with Fulham. They host Man City. It's live on talkSPORT 2 tonight. Their goalkeeper, Brad Leno, has been speaking to talkSPORT ahead of this one. He discussed the job that manager Marco Silva has done.
Absolutely brilliant what he has done to the Fulham club, and I think everyone has to appreciate him, like every fan, what he's doing here. And you can see the hunger, the fire he has every day here, because whenever you switch off or you relax a little bit, he's in your neck. He's and everything, and I think that shows his mentality, his ambition, and all that stuff. He's a fantastic manager, and unfortunately, at some point, he will leave, because I'm pretty sure that he will be in one of the biggest clubs in the world, because he deserves it. But as I said, everyone at Fulham Football Club is so happy that he's here, and hopefully he will stay here for even longer.
Yes, I know his name's not Brad Leno. All right, Bert Leno.
Why is that then?
Because I was looking at Brad.
I'm glad I'm rubbing off on you like that.
Honestly, like one little slip up like that, and you're on me, aren't you?
Brad Leno. Man United supporter, though.
Both of you.
It's like, everything's Man United, Man United.
Right,
Man
I didn't
United.
want to do this. Let's be a David Beckham.
What do I think?
I'll talk to you about that later. Right, listen, what do you make? What do you make of a goalkeeper? I'll stay with. What do you make of a goalkeeper?
You're gonna have to. That's a great question. Just stop there.
Okay. What do you make of a goalkeeper?
So goalkeepers, here's the deal.
That's it.
They are a necessary evil. All right, can't live with them. Can't throw them off a bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, but I will say this while this man is here, they will save your ass every once in a while. Okay, and so you kind of need them around. But you don't necessarily want to talk to them, okay? You don't want to necessarily hang out with them.
You know this isn't actually my question, right? What do you think of a goalkeeper?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You carry on. I was going to say, what do you make of a goalkeeper coming out and talking about his manager like that and saying that maybe he'll go on to bigger and better things?
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a compliment behind it, and maybe it's, the translation and stuff like that. But what do you mean? I guess that's a good thing, right? You're aspirational. You want to leave the lower part of the situation that you're in right now and get to a better place. I don't know. I didn't really listen to it. So,
what do you think, Brad?
Ben, no, Brad or Ben?
Bernd. I'm gonna
Bernd.
Right,
Yeah,
there we go.
Bernd.
Bernd. There we go.
Brad, we just heard from Brad. I'll tell you what, these two together is bad, isn't it? It's really a bad combination, these two together.
I think that for any player, whether it's goalkeeper or not, to come out and start talking about his manager, maybe go and want to do this or that or the other, maybe the writing's on the wall. I don't think I've ever spoken about a head coach leaving. Have you?
No, never. Usually I get in the sack.
Yeah, usually you put out a tweet.
You're the one that goes to the chairman.
Yeah.
No, that is not me. Not in the slightest.
Go big or go home. Just say he's too good for us. All right, he's too good for us. He needs to be at another level. That's
you watch a lot of Premier League football, right, Lexi?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
Politics? You want to do politics?
No. David, look at them all. They're getting so worried about that.
Bunch of wimps. All right. I want to talk about the World Cup.
Let's talk about the World Cup.
And the draw.
Okay.
I mean, this Friday down in D.C.
Oh, hold on. Look at my producer's face. We're doing that in the next section. He's having
really?
kittens now, yeah.
Good God.
We'll talk about
you have a producer?
Well, he calls himself producer, yeah. I was just telling me he's got a bad hangover at the moment, so I don't really know what.
Yeah, we all do.
We'll talk about the next section, but okay. Are you watching the Premier League? Are you aware of where we're at the moment, how many games have been played, who's top of it, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, so obviously, top level. Is Arsenal going to be able to finish this out? Right, that's the big question. Is this the moment?
That's a great question.
Is this the moment? Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Can they figure this out, or are they going to start to worry? And who's going to come up? And then the weak failure, different words that you're going to use when it comes to
Man United.
Yes, Man United, but that's proverbial. That's like perpetual at this time, right? When it comes to Man United, I think obviously the surprise is the Liverpool and Manchester City and those types of things. But I don't think that this is done. When it comes to the title, I know some other folks think that it's done. It's too far. They're going to finish it out. No, I worry that.
Why? Why do you feel like
that? They haven't done it. And I think that creeping feeling is going to come into each and one of their heads. It's like, it's there, it's within our grasp, and we can't screw this up. And I'm not sure that they have enough to get across the finish line.
I've not asked you, Brad, at all who you think is going to win the Premier League. Where's it going, the title in May?
I think Man City will catch Arsenal.
Do you?
I do.
Oh, Benny would love that. He's an Arsenal fan. He would.
I do. And there's something. I think Arsenal are the best team right now. I think they play the best football. I think when it gets to March, April, and they're still going in Europe and FA Cup, and if they just get one or two of the wrong injuries, Man City's already fallen down. They're on the mend. They've already had their psychological dip, and I think they're gonna start coming up.
So what do you do? I'll ask both of you this. What do you do with a manager that spends £500 million and still doesn't win the Premier League, but keeps knocking on the door, keeps getting ever so close? What do you do?
I mean, that's only an answer for someone that's there day to day to know. Like, are the players still behind them? Are they still earning money? Are they getting other goals accomplished within the club? He's going to say, get rid of him. But
yep,
yeah, that's what I know. That's what.
Why would you get rid of him, Lex?
Because if it's not about winning, being the best, then fine. Then just tell us that, and we'll go about our merry way. But I think it is still about being the best. And if you haven't been able to do it, despite spending money and despite multiple opportunities, and we all know that sometimes this little distance is the hardest one to overcome. But that's what you're really paying for, okay? The amount of money you're spending, the talent that you have. It's this to put you over the edge, to get you to be the number one team and to finish first and to win the league. And if you're not going to do that, then go off, and it'll be fun, and you'll enjoy it, and you'll still make money, and it'll still be a good business. But if it's not that, then tell us right now. And I think it is that. And so therefore, he's had plenty of opportunities. And why is this one going to be different?
Okay, Lexi, would you like to talk about the World Cup in a moment?
I mean, whatever. You guys pay up producers, evidently, so you tell me what.
Well, I mean, he's more than happy for us to do that in the next part of the show.
Awesome.
That's
a great tease.
Would you do me a favour, though?
Yes, sir.
Would you sound a little bit more excited about it?
Oh,
because
man.
At the moment, your levels are...
Got to pace myself? Is what you're saying?
Well, it's up to you. We've got 45 minutes. I just don't want you to go early. Right?
No.
I've heard you're quite an animated character. I've not seen any of that yet.
It's wonderful. Does your zipper go up the bottom? What is this?
That's how we wear it over. Do you like it? Well, it's two reasons. One, apparently, I say, but two, because I'm sitting down.
Oh, it splays out nicely.
Yes, like if it were a suit jacket. Whereas if I tucked it all the way down, it looked like I'm 6 months pregnant.
Function over fashion, then. Okay, that's good. Huh?
Well, no, function and fashion.
No. Do you have to go to commercial or what? What's happening?
We have to go to commercial.
Okay, all right. You have commercials?
More from the three of us. You never know, maybe the four of us. Right after this, live on Drive on talkSPORT. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a sec.
and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
You're listening to Drive in the USA on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent and Justy. Order on the app today and you could win one of our millions of prizes. 18 plus, terms and conditions apply. What's this rubbish we're listening to?
Oh, honestly.
Wow. You make one comment about the host's hair and all hell breaks loose. My goodness.
This is you, Lexi, right?
This is a 96 album. Let's see. Yeah, 1996.
Can I try something? You can hear it, right?
Yeah.
Jack in London. Turn it down a little bit, just a tiny bit. Just a bit more. Bit more. Tiny bit more. Perfect.
My wife says the same thing when she listens.
Brad, sadly, we have to let you go. I should have said goodbye to you before the break, and then you were going to walk out and I went, no, we have to say goodbye to you on air. We're very excited again that you're part of our talkSPORT team for the World Cup. That's going to be fantastic. We're going to talk World Cup in just a moment. But you're with us on tomorrow's show, is that right?
Correct.
Okay, thank you for your time of day. It's always been great.
Nice to see you guys.
You're a superstar.
Shout out,
buddy.
Shout out,
Nice to see you. Wonderful to see you.
We'll
All
talk more Sir David tomorrow, shall we? Right, more from Lexi in just a moment, but let's get some football news, shall we? Bournemouth face Everton later on tonight. A reminder, of course, it's a game you can hear on the talkSPORT app. Ian Danta has team news for us ahead of the game and joins us now live from the Vitality. Dance, good evening to you.
Good evening to you, chaps. Hope all is well in NYC. 4 changes for Bournemouth, looking to end a run of 4 without a win. Out tonight goes Senesi, who's suspended. Smith, Tavernier and Evan-Nilsson. In come Milosavljevic, Jimenez, Kluivert and Krupi into the Bournemouth starting 11. There's only one change for Everton after they lost heavily at home to Newcastle on Saturday. Carlos Alcaraz has come in at the expense of Michael Keane, so it looks to me as though Jake O'Brien will switch to centre-half alongside Tarkowski, and maybe James Garner will play at full-back tonight, allowing Alcaraz to move into midfield. This game is live on the talkSPORT app exclusively, 7:30 kickoff at the Vitality. It's Bournemouth against Everton.
Good work as always. Thanks for that, Dan. Right in the other 7:30 kickoff, Joe Shannon has team news ahead of Fulham. They take on Man City live from Craven Cottage. The game is, of course, live on talkSPORT 2. Joe, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, guys. Here on the banks of the Thames, Fulham make 2 changes to the side that won at Tottenham live on talkSPORT on Saturday evening. Lukic and Smith Rowe for King and Chukwueze. So it's Leno in goal, Tete, Anderson, Bassi and Sessegnon at the back, Berger and Lukic, Wilson, Smith Rowe and Iwobi behind Raul Jimenez up front. And the rare spectacle of an unchanged Manchester City side after their late victory at home to Leeds. Donnarumma in goal then, Nunes, Diaz, Gvardiol and O'Reilly at the back, Bernardo Silva, Gonzalez and Reinders in midfield, Doku and Foden either side of Haaland, who is still on 99 Premier League goals. He goes in search of a century here at Craven Cottage tonight. Live on talkSPORT 2 at 7:30, Fulham against Manchester City.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, big night of football. 3 games, of course, happening live across the talkSPORT network. And after all the football's finished, the boys on the Sports Bar will take your calls from 10 or 10:15. Right. It's time for talkSPORT's preview of the FIFA World Cup 2026 draw, brought to you by the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van.
talkSPORT's FIFA World Cup 2026 draw preview, brought to you by the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van. Search Sprinter Service B for the current fixed price offer.
Yeah, the draw for next summer's World Cup, of course, takes place this Friday in Washington. Drive is coming to you from the USA every single day this week as we build up to it. And a reminder that on Friday, me and Bentley will be on air from 7 p.m. UK time for the World Cup draw after party. Basically, we look back at the draw. Right, who better to look ahead to that draw than, of course, our mate, former USA defender, Lexi Lalas. Lexi, before we talk about the actual draw, how excited are you? How excited is America that the World Cup's coming their way?
Oh, I think they're very excited because it's coming back to a very different soccer landscape than back in 1994. Look, I'm sitting here because of the summer of 1994. I lived the power of what it can do to an individual, changed my life forever, and it was a seminal moment, as was a few years later in the Women's World Cup. But I think that next summer has the potential to do that times 100. But whether it's you or anybody else, we are inviting the world back, and they are going to find an American soccer country and culture. Don't tell me that America isn't a soccer country. It absolutely is. It is discerning. It is intelligent. It is educated. It is passionate. And I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised by what they see both on and off the field in terms of us hosting this incredible event. So ultimately what I'm saying is, it's opportunity and it's responsibility.
Let me ask you, I love the passion that Americans bring to sport. I almost feel that when they get involved in a new sport or an old one, they have to be the best in the world at it. At the moment, the Americans aren't the best in the world. There's some way off it. How important do you think it is for American culture and the people of America to look at their national side one day as World Cup winners?
I think it's important in what you mentioned. There's a mentality that we have that we want the best, and we expect the best when it comes to our sports. And, you know, we have, for the most part, delivered that when it comes to all of our traditional American sports. And certainly from a women's perspective, we would deliver that. But our men's national team hasn't done that. And I get it. It's frustrating. But keep in mind also that only 8 teams in history have ever won the World Cup. There is a rarefied air. Some have taken longer to get back to that rarefied air than others, and probably will continue. By the way, guys, I love you and all, but England, and it pains me to say this, is a really good team, okay? And that they are coming here next summer is fine, okay? But I cannot abide by England coming to the United States on our 250th birthday, what I feel is the greatest country in the world, and have it come home on our shores? No, absolutely not.
Why don't you want us to bring it home?
Oh, my God. You think you're insufferable now? Can you imagine if you not only won the World Cup finally, but you did it in America?
That's a very good point.
Oh, my goodness. But anyway, there's a whole lot to be excited about. We're gonna put on a show. We're going to have a party. And this Friday, obviously, with the draw, it gets real very, very quick, and we start to see some of these pathways to that final and where people are traveling and all that kind of stuff.
What is the expectation then for the USA? Because Pochettino, who we know really well, done really well at Spurs, he's gone to the USA. How is he viewed, and do you think they can go that one step further, potentially getting out the group and having a real good World Cup?
Yeah, so whether it's Pochettino or anybody else, what we expect from a men's perspective is that we see things we haven't seen before. Qualifying for a World Cup, we've done that plenty of times. Winning our group and getting out of our group, we've done that plenty of times. We've gotten to the round of 16. Obviously, now we have this 32 round. So it's anything to and past the round of 16. People ask me, what is success for that team? Our Supreme Court, there was a guy that tried to define obscenity, right? And he said, I can't tell you what it is, but I know it when I see it. I will know it, and America will know it when we see it in terms of what success is. So you can say win this or win this. Pochettino, first thing that a lot of people remarked on is $6 million, all right? A lot of money to get us to a point that he's doing things that we haven't seen before. Keep in mind, all of his success and all of his cachet comes from the club game. It's a very, very different type of coaching internationally.
Has he been brought in to win you the World Cup?
No, I think he's been brought in to have us do things that we haven't seen before, and in particular at a home World Cup. And to have it be, quote unquote, whatever that is a successful World Cup. But I go to a World Cup to win the World Cup. I will be honest with you. If you had asked that version from back in 1994 of me of what it would look like less than 200 days away from the World Cup, I would have said immediately, we're going to win the World Cup. That's what our goal is. And I don't think a lot of people are saying that. It's a little disappointing that this close to the World Cup returning, that we're not in that headspace. We're a lot better and I think heading in a more positive direction than even we were a couple months ago. I might be able to see some method to the Pochettino madness, but ultimately he's going to be judged when the whistle blows next summer.
Let me ask you, soccer's not the biggest sport in America. You've got some big sports. If you were to win the World Cup, does it become the number one sport?
No. It's not a silver bullet. It's not a panacea for what ails us when it comes to soccer. That's a constant type of thing. Obviously, it would be wonderful injection, and all of those people that talk about expecting and being the best, we could check that off. But it's still always going to be soccer in the United States. It's always going to be uniquely American, and everything that comes with that. I don't think that we should, like I said, apologize for that. I actually think we can lean into it and kind of have our version of soccer, be respectful of the fact that we're playing the world's game, but also recognize and respect the fact that it's done in an American way.
Okay. Are you going to bring the goatee back for the World Cup run? I mean, that would be quite nice for the American people. Bring it back.
It's a lot of work. I mean, you cannot imagine the amount of time and effort and resources and money that went into looking like you just rolled out of bed, okay? But never has more been done with a modicum of talent and a whole lot of hair care products and the guitar.
You're talking about me again.
It is phenomenal. I'm having a hard time even speaking in your presence.
Do you want to know something annoying? As I get older, it's getting thicker.
Really?
True story, yeah.
You don't say that to people. I mean, poor Brad was over here. You wouldn't want to let... I'm trying to keep whatever I have left, and you got more now as you get older. What kind of weird Benjamin Button hair thing is going on here with you?
You think that's an insult? I'll take all of that as a compliment.
It is. I'm just jealous. It comes from a form of insecurity and jealousy.
You're not the first. You won't be the last. That was our preview of Friday's FIFA World Cup Draw 2026, brought to you by the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van, driving businesses forward for 30 years.
talkSPORT's FIFA World Cup 2026 Draw Preview, brought to you by the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van. Got a Sprinter 906? Get a Service B now for a fixed price, expert technicians, and complete peace of mind.
Right, still to come. We'll be crossing to St James's Park ahead of Newcastle, against Spurs. That one's live on talkSPORT tonight. What a big game that is. First, though, it's time for the last no Googling of the day. We want to know which keeper holds the record for the most saves in a World Cup match. No cheating, no Googling. Oh, there's a connection. See if you guys can work it out. Which keeper holds the record for the most saves in a World Cup match? I'll give you a clue. It came in 2014. That's the only clue. The answer to that and loads more coming up the last 30 minutes of our show. We'll see you right after this, live on Drive on talkSPORT.
A major report into the Hillsborough disaster has found 12 police officers would have faced gross misconduct proceedings. The Independent Office for Police Conduct says the proceedings would have been over fundamental failures on the day and concerted efforts to blame fans in the aftermath. But despite this, no officers will face disciplinary proceedings because they had retired by the time investigations had began. Sue Roberts, whose brother Graham was killed at Hillsborough, says this has been a long time coming.
We were treated so appallingly, and so many family members, my dad and mum, died prematurely. They were tormented by the way that they were treated. We knew that there was a big cover-up going on, but there didn't seem to be anything that we could do about it.
Elsewhere, cricket has lost a legend. Those the words of double Ashes winner Steve Harmison after the passing of former England and Hampshire batsman Robin Smith.
He was an amazing player. I think anybody aged between sort of mid-40s to sort of mid-50s will recognise an absolute legend has lost, has gone from the game.
On the Ashes, Will Jacks has been called up to the team for the second test. He's come in place of Mark Wood. And Phil Foden will play a major role if City are to reel in Arsenal and win another title. That's according to club legend Paul Dickov.
For years we had Kevin De Bruyne when Man City were struggling at times to pull something out of the bag. Mo Salah's done it for Liverpool for years now. And having that little bit of gold dust and Phil Foden did get them over the line.
City are away at Fulham this evening, live on talkSPORT 2. Remember, all 10 midweek games in the Premier League are live across the talkSPORT network and app.
This is Drive on talkSPORT with Andy Goldstein Darren Bent is here. Lexi Lalas has just left the building. My mistake. I didn't know he was going in that break.
Why didn't you give him a little goodbye?
I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Yeah, but for Brad, you said stay and then gave him a goodbye.
No, because we've got so much coming up and he had to shoot off. But what? It's the first time we've met him.
Do you know what it is, though? You're unhappy?
I thought it was fantastic.
Because he had a good dig at Beck as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did have a dig.
He's just worse than mine.
Disgrace, mate. Sir David, by the way. Have some respect. Before the break, I asked the last no Googling question of the day, which keeper holds the record for the most saves in a World Cup match. I should say that Neil Robertson, I think 2010 Snooker World Champion, but either way, former champion of the world, is watching, has just texted me the right answer. So well done to you, Neil.
Right.
Any idea?
The one goalkeeper springs to mind, but I don't know if it's him. What does he play for?
Go on, who's the one goalkeeper?
I can't remember his name.
Oh, then it's not the one you're thinking of because you know his name.
Oh, okay.
So think about why Billy would write this one. What's he thinking? Where are we?
Chelsea. Oh, no, USA.
Right. So it's obviously a USA goalkeeper.
Tim Howard.
Tim Howard is the right answer. 16 saves against Belgium in the 2014 World Cup. The game went to extra time and they lost. So should have been 18 saves, really, and they would have won 1-0. Useless. Still to come, we'll be getting some team news from Ewood Park as Blackburn take on, who wrote this? The mighty Ipswich. Cool, Blackburn. Following us at 7, we bring you live commentary of Newcastle against Spurs. Troy Deeney is your co-commentator for that one. And would you believe it? He's turned up. And he joins us now ahead of it to talk in more detail. Hello, Troy.
Hello, lads. Listen, there's a bit of dodgy budget back here. People are getting sacked left, right and centre, and you lot are jollying it up. Hope you're proud of yourselves.
I am.
If people are getting sacked, how are you still in the job? What's going on, Troy?
Oh, what's happening, lads? How good is it out
do you
there,
know
by the way?
what? Troy, well, listen, we're in the studio that you were at, right, a couple of months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice little place. The people in there look after you, don't they?
They are looking after us. We had a walkabout this morning. Where did we go this morning? We went
Rockefeller Centre.
Rockefeller Centre. We're off to the restaurant where they shot Harry Met Sally a bit later on. We've got an NBA game to take in. We're going to see James Corden tonight. He's
the White House.
Very kindly looked after us. He don't live in the White House. I know he's done well. Oh, fine. Okay, yeah. So yeah.
Bentley, do you know where you are, mate? You're not Washington, fella.
Oh no, we're going to Washington. We're going to Washington tomorrow, and apparently we're going to
tomorrow. Yeah. Have you gone and done the climb?
Yeah, so
I'm expecting a little advert from you on there, Goldstein, with the product placement there, with the climb looking over the city. That's a bit of you.
What climb's that?
You go on top of the building, you stand off it, and you can take pictures and all that, but it's got all the New York skyline in the back. I thought you'd have been there by now.
Yeah, I ain't stepping off no building.
What building? Rockefeller or something?
I forget the name of it now. It's not a Rockefeller. It's a new one now. It's got like a big view, like a platform, glass floor and all that. It's lovely. I'll send it over to you,
no chance. No, don't bother. We're not going.
I might go.
You ain't going.
Why not?
You scared of heights?
Don't even try it.
Petrified of them. Oh, the plane's too high. Right, let's talk about the football tonight show. This is a massive game, right? A massive game for both sides. They're both currently in the bottom half of the table. Spurs are dreadful at home. They're not too much better away from home. But I just feel with all the pressure on the manager, the goalkeeper as well for Tottenham, I just get the feeling this is going to be a tough night's work for Thomas Frank.
No, I agree with that. I think just speaking to a few guys from Spurs there, that they're feeling the pressure as well, because it's kind of getting to that moment, and Benty knows this better than anyone. They keep changing the manager, don't they, at Spurs? It's like, we'll change the culture by changing the manager, but the same things keep happening. So at what point does it become that this is our manager and we start to put some blame on the players? I think Thomas Frank probably would say he handled the press conference poorly. Trying to look after the goalkeeper, he's kind of come for the fans unnecessarily. He's done a lovely little sidestep at this moment in time, but the pressure will be on him. Tonight, the atmosphere will be great. Newcastle will get after you. But it's about time the players started to step up. In my opinion, there's only two that can really stand there and say they've done well this season. The rest need to step up.
Troy, have you got a little bit of sympathy then with Thomas Frank? Because as you said there, it's hard when you call out the fans, but booing one of your own players, it's going to be incredibly difficult for Vicario to overcome that. So do you have some sympathy with him when he came out with them comments?
I do, yeah, because again, Benty, as you know, he's got a decision to make there. He either hammers his #1 goalkeeper, and then he's gone for the rest of the season, or you've got to kind of back him up, which means you're going after the fans. The only way you get the fans back is by winning games, as we all know. So if you can win some games, my frustration's been at the start of the season we gave Thomas Frank so much love for his pragmatic approach, and now we're looking at it from the North London derby, the last 3 games. You're going, who are this Spurs team? What are they trying to be? What are they trying to become? So I think that's where the fan base is getting a little bit frustrated, and a few of the lads have just come out here. They've all got smiles on, so hopefully they're not feeling the pressure. But if you can't get up for a game at St James's Park at night under the lights, you got to question yourself, ain't you?
Football's a bit bonkers at the moment. We saw Ange Postecoglou in charge of Forest for 7 or 8 games. He wasn't there that long. You've got Ruben Amorim under increasing pressure. There are question marks now about Arne Slot. Is he going to see the season out? And the same now about Thomas Frank. Do you actually believe that Thomas Frank, if results don't go Tottenham's way tonight and maybe for the next 3 or 4 weeks, he could seriously lose his job, or is that a little bit nuts?
I would like to think it's a little bit nuts, but this is football, and we've seen things happen a lot sooner to bigger name managers, haven't we, than Thomas Frank? I think the adjustment for Thomas Frank is understanding that last season he went 1 win in 9 at Brentford, including losing to Plymouth in the FA Cup, and that was okay, that was acceptable because it was at Brentford. You can't do that at a club the size of Spurs, and Benty knows that better than me. So I think there's a little bit of adjustment from him. I don't expect him to get sacked. I expect him, as he just comes out in front of us now, smirking and happy the way that he normally is, I expect him to bite down on the gum shield, essentially, come out fighting and demand a reaction from his players. And again, I'll always look at it. Spurs is a nice club. It's a nice training ground. It's a nice stadium. You're not going to get loads of pressure from the fan base as an away player. I just think they've just got to turn it a little bit more nasty, and the likes of Polinia and Romero do that, but you can't have 2 players in your team doing it. You need 5, 6 or 7.
Troy, how difficult do you think it's going to be for Spurs going to Newcastle? And I'll turn it to Newcastle. Great result against Everton, the last one, 4-1. They've got Wolf Amada, who I think has been a fantastic signing for them in the absence of Isak, who went to Liverpool. What have you made of Newcastle this season?
I've been fortunate, mate, to watch 3 or 4 of their games this season. I think they've been fantastic. We was here against Barcelona, and obviously Barca won on the night, but they were fantastic in their approach. If they'd have took their chances early on, they'd have been flying. For me, I think Voltemada's been fantastic. I do think he'll struggle, though, mate, long term. I think the way that Newcastle approached the game, and he links to play great, but yet he can't catch up with the speed demons that are Gordon, Elanga, Barnes or Murphy. So I think that's where Johan Visser will come into it, and I think you'll start to see Voltemada more in the European games. But for right now, he's done everything he's supposed to do. And this Newcastle team feels like it's ready to kick on and go on a big run. And yeah, they're going to be a handful, mate. They're a handful for anyone on their day. They've still got the best midfield in the Premier League, in my opinion, with those 3. They perfectly complement each other. And yeah, they're going to be a tough team to beat, mate, any day of the week.
Sorry, Troy, you think their midfield's better than Arsenal's?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, you can't just leave it there.
No, I'm thinking it's Rice, Zubimendi and Eze.
Yeah, that's quite phenomenal.
Over Tonali, Jolinton and Guimaraes. So you're talking Eze, who turns up once every 3 weeks. Zubimendi, who goes left and right. Declan Rice.
Hold on, a bit like you,
no
Troy.
Problem.
He turns up once every 3 weeks.
No, I've
It's a
just
bit
got
like
different gigs. It's called freelance, mate.
The Eberechi Eze of talkSPORT. Where is he? We'll see him next
I wish
week.
I had his money.
Right, listen. Before we let you go, the game is live on talkSPORT. I think it's going to be a fascinating game. It kicks off at 8:15. Newcastle against Spurs. Troy Deeney on co-com's duty. What will the score be?
I am going to go Desmond. I'm going to go 2-2. And there's a bigger question I need to ask you guys. How you go Carbone tonight as well? Is Bentley getting the wallet out?
That is a negative. Bentley never gets his wallet out. That's just to show us, the amount of money he's got. But that's what we've got time for, Troy.
No way. No, wait, we're going to revisit this now. You've
Troy, so have a lovely evening. Lovely hearing from you.
See you soon. Enjoy, mate.
Cheers, Troy. There you go, the wonderful Troy Deeney.
Hey, you want to go down that road, do you?
We're gonna go for a break now.
No, you want to go down that road, do you?
Looking well, you are, mate.
Yeah.
Really well. Yeah. I don't want to go down any road. All right.
Okay,
How's your free tickets tonight, everyone? All right.
I'm not going.
To the theatre. Yeah, I know. Couldn't afford my prices. When we come back, we'll have some fun with producer Joe. Will be on set, everyone. Oh yeah, something for the Nans to look forward to with the end of show quiz.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Well, back to the last part of Drive Time in the USA on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent and Justy. Right now, there are millions of prizes to be won, from Champions League final tickets to £1,000 cash when you place an order on the app. 18+ terms and conditions apply. We are bringing you a week of shows from the USA ahead of the World Cup draw in Washington this Friday. And following us at 7, Hugh will be hosting...
No, mate. Hugh, no, I'm here with you now. I'm not waiting till after the show.
What? No, I'm saying Hugh will be hosting live Premier League coverage.
No, I'm here now. I'm not doing nothing.
Wozencroft.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Hugh will be hosting live Premier League.
And I just told you I'm not doing it after the show.
You didn't tell Hugh. He's not about.
Oh, Hugh. I'm on
live coverage. Oh, it still works, even from across the pond, that joke from St James's Park. Joe loves that joke. Newcastle take on Spurs. It's live on talkSPORT. Right. Now, there's a big game in the Championship tonight with Blackburn hoping to smash the living daylights out of Ipswich. This is, of course, the replay game, which was abandoned earlier on in the season. Blackburn won 1-0 up. Shouldn't be happening again. They should have given that win to Blackburn. Disgrace of a game. Mickey Gray's ever talkSPORT. He's got the team news for us now. Mickey, good evening to you.
Fellas, how you doing? Well, Blackburn are unchanged from their 1-1 draw with Wrexham at the weekend for this rearranged fixture against Ipswich after the game was abandoned, Andy, back in September on 79 minutes through a waterlogged pitch, with Rovers leading that game 1-0 and Ipswich down to 10 men. They go with Pears in goal, Miller, McLaughlin and Pratt as a back three. Alabusi, Forshaw, Gardner, Hickman and Hedges in midfield, with Morishita, Goodjohnson and Ohashi up front for Blackburn. Kieran McKenna makes 5 changes to his Ipswich side, who lost to Oxford on Friday. Now, after a run of 6 games unbeaten, Furlong, Ajeli, Nunes, Philogene and Hurst all come out. They're replaced by Young, McAteer, Akpon, Clark and Azon. It's Walton in goal with a back four of Young, O'Shea, Kipre and Davis. Taylor and Matasiwa in midfield with Clark, Akpon and McAteer all behind Ivan Azon. 7:45 kickoff here at Ewood Park. It's Blackburn against Ipswich.
Good work as always, Mickey Gray. Thank you for that. A reminder, after a busy night of football, the boys on the Sports Bar, we take your calls from 10. Now he wears a cardigan and he appeals to the 75 and overs. Producer Joe is with us in the studio. You all right, Joe?
Uptown.
No, what?
Uptown.
Oh, I thought it was like an American saying, like Uptown or something.
Nah, do you want me to react to the team news?
Yeah, but only when Jack's got his finger on the button. You ready, Jack? Okay, react to the team news.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yes, we got you in the studio for the end of show quiz.
We have.
I like the cardi, by the way.
Thanks very much.
Why do you keep bringing up the cardigan?
I like it. Put your mic to your mouth, we can't hear you.
It's warm.
It's what?
It's warm.
Swarm?
Swarm.
I've got long johns on today, by the way, under this.
Have you?
Yeah, I was so cold this morning.
It actually wasn't as cold today as it was yesterday.
Yeah, I realised that when I was...
You got a very like bizarre outfit on in terms of the colours.
I'm colourblind. Well, no, I haven't.
Yeah.
Blue top, whatever colour these are, and whatever colour they are.
Pink.
You're wearing pink trainers, bro.
No, they're not pink, are they?
Bright pink.
Hot pink. What colour are my socks?
White.
Because I want to know, that's why. Right, what are we doing for the end of the show quiz, Joe?
We've got another list for you.
Are they really pink trainers?
No.
Oh, right.
How can you be that colour? I'm not comfortable with it. I think it's
I don't care if you're comfortable or not. Yeah, exactly.
No,
Thanks,
Jack,
Jack. Yeah, no, pressing buttons.
Can you name the last 10 people or acts to perform the Super Bowl halftime show?
Kendrick Lamar, book it.
Confirmed.
All the rappers.
Oh, I don't like. I'm not comfortable with that either.
There's
What, all of them?
I need you to name a couple, please,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah, Jay-Z.
No.
He wasn't.
Right, hold on. Beyonce.
Nope.
No, shut up. Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
And them
Yeah,
boys.
yeah, that one.
Dr. Dre, Snoop
Right.
Dogg, Eminem, and Mary J. Blige. And
Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson.
Justin Timberlake is on there. He was 8th to go.
Right.
Right, not the one with Janet Jackson where they old.
No, I think.
Hey, J-Lo, Shakira.
Shakira and J-Lo 6 years ago.
Right, we'll just go for Garth Brooks. Crooks.
No, mate.
Oh, okay.
No, I need to think.
Michael Jackson.
Kendrick Lamar.
Not in the
Bon
last 10.
Jovi.
Not in the last 10.
The Stones. Rolling Stones. They must have done one.
Not in the last
The
10.
Weekend.
Not in the... Yes. 5 years ago.
What, how
Weekend,
many have we got?
What's the Weekend?
You've got 5 so far. You've
The
got
Weekdays.
Kendrick Lamar. You've got the...
Ed Sheeran.
Nope.
Is it the last 10, do you say?
Yeah, the last 10.
Coldplay, no?
Yes, Coldplay, 10 years ago.
Bieber.
Nope, never ever.
Harry Styles.
Nope, never ever.
ABBA.
No.
Just stop saying random words, please.
Okay.
I want to say...
Robbie.
got
Has Robbie
one.
done it? He must have done it.
Not in the last
Well,
10
that's a
years.
disgrace, that is.
Usher.
Usher, a couple years ago.
Bruno Mars.
Not in the last 10, no.
Usher was unbelievable.
Give us some clues. We're running out of time. We've got a minute left.
She is
She's a she.
singer, but she's also an actress.
Shania Twain.
Rihanna.
No, she was in a movie
Riri?
with
Is she on the list?
Bradley Cooper.
Riri.
Oh.
Rihanna
no.
is on the list, yes.
She's got a pointy nose and hair. She's got eyes.
She has got eyes.
Well, well done.
No. Coming a mountain, I'm gonna
Close.
be that way.
It is that person,
Born.
yeah.
Born. It's got the word born in the title.
Should I give you it?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna get it.
You've still got one other than...
What's her name? Alicia Clark. Lenny Clark. Linny. Just shout it. Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga.
It is.
Is that all
Lady
10?
Gaga,
Thanks.
Yeah, Carl, well done.
Is
You've
that all
got
10?
No,
What
you've
about
got
Alicia Clark?
one more. You've got 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Give me the genre. I'll get it.
It's a band, kind of pop rock kind of vibe. Pop.
Pop
Who
rock.
sung Bop Bop Ba Up?
Hanson did not do Super Bowl.
Oh, right, okay.
That'd be good, though.
Wouldn't it be good? I mean, you've only got one tune. Go on, you got to tell us.
They've got more than one tune.
Give me the initials.
It's got a number in it.
Blink 182. No.
Maroon 5.
Maroon 5. Well
Oh,
done.
you are disgraced. Don't even get that.
No, you said
clean
some
sweep.
rubbish.
Maroon 5.
Jay-Z, Beyonce.
Oh, you don't need to bring it out. Maroon 5. Are they good or are they rubbish?
Yeah, they're good, Maroon
Yeah,
5.
are
A little bit rubbish.
Yeah, I thought they were a little bit rubbish.
Nah, come on.
They're popular, aren't they?
Yeah.
Coldplay, decent.
We're going to go because we've got to see James Corden in his play tonight. We're very excited about that.
Right.
We're seeing Robbie tomorrow.
I love James as well, though.
Seeing
Can't
Sir
make it.
David on Friday.
Shout out 173. It's over there.
DJ173, good to see you finally. Right, thank you for staying with us. We've got more of the same tomorrow with big name guests joining us. Thanks for your time. Have a lovely evening. We'll see you tomorrow at 4 UK time, 11 a.m. US time. Oh, we're in a pub. What's the pub called?
The Legends Bar.
Legends Bar. If you're in New York and you're near Legends Bar, 11 a.m. come down and see me and Bentley. We roped off. You can't get too close, but come down anyway. Have a good evening. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.